you chase her down. Easy keep his blicky, that's like
You are now tuned into the greatest podcast in the world. My name is Dolo from the 7. I got my guy DGY with me.
Yo.
I got my guy Corey O with me.
What up?
What's good with y'all guys? How y'all feeling this week?
Chilling, bro.
Yeah.
Same old
in the mix. Me?
Yeah, how you feeling?
How am I feeling? Seriously, I was feeling good at first. I mean, I was actually really feeling great and everything. But we lost a legend, Irv Gotti. And it's not even really being talked about as big as it should be talked about. I don't know. Irv Gotti kind of meant a lot more to me for my type of music that I like growing up and everything. I don't know if that's what it is, but this is actually really, really bad. Like, we lost a real legend.
Yeah. R.I.P. Irv, man.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah, you know, he's infamous. So
Infamous?
infamous.
Why for a bad reason?
A lot of people consider Irv Gotti a piece of shit.
Why? I never knew that.
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of people do consider him not a great person.
Serious? You think he's not a good person?
I don't know, man.
He gave us Murder
I never
Inc.
heard that.
He
Yeah, I'm
gave
not
us
gonna judge.
he gave us Ashanti, Ja Rule. He gave us the BET Tales joint. Murder
Yeah,
Inc.
he
Nas
gave us some
collab.
hits.
I'm with a simple R.I.P. But if you were really questioning it, you know,
He gave us some hits.
Yeah.
He gave us some hits.
I'm mad that this is your response to
I
the
said
passing of
R.I.P.
Irv.
I said R.I.P.
Honestly,
That's all
because I
can do.
haven't really heard
My
nothing from
condolences.
Irv in a long time. So, like, I don't
Yo.
know, like, if he was working with artists anymore or what he was doing. So, like, you know what I mean? But for what he did to hip hop at a point in time with some of the artists he had, yeah.
He's behind a lot
I
more
think
things than we
he
know
sold.
about.
I'm pretty sure like a couple years ago he sold for $100 million his entire catalog of music or something like that, and then he took out like a
That's crazy.
$200 million credit line.
Yeah,
for
they
s-
gave
for
him
like a
that
television
for his
series,
television
yeah.
programs, and he was killing it on BET. And the way that it stopped and it was so popular, I was thinking there has to be something wrong, like something he already had the funding, everything was in the works, and then everything just stopped. He was on a roll. He could have been a different form of what he was doing. What 50's doing before 50. You seen 50 trolling him?
Yeah, that sucks. I don't necessarily 50's different though. So
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean, they had a lot of beef. So,
50's
what type
petty.
you know what type of energy 50 on.
Damn, even at this point though, like
I think we accepted the fact that 50's one of the most dangerously petty people on earth. Especially with the amount of influence and money he has now. He was petty then. Like you go back to listen to Get Rich or Die Trying. I mean, he mocked Ja Rule throughout that album. That's petty and then he starts doing extra. You know, they invented social media and it wasn't, didn't help his pettiness.
So actually, you have a point right there. Cause after the 50 Cent with Big Meech, the 50 Cent has a whole entire beef with Big Meech right now and Lil Meech, and Lil Meech ain't even involved in the beef.
My thing is, I kind of side with 50 on the beef shit because
I do too.
listen, I'm feeding y'all. I don't care about anything that's going on. Y'all know on a respect level that I'm beefing with somebody.
Yeah.
Why would y'all even entertaining? That's just my level of respect.
Facts.
And then I'm feeding y'all. And nobody's eating without me, but
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
50 Cent makes it clear. Don't cross him.
Yeah.
That's just one of his things. He do that to anybody.
Mhm.
You seen the text that Lil Meech sent him?
Yeah.
That 50 Cent shared?
50 funny as shit though.
Yeah, somebody, I forget who it was off the top, but somebody trolled him. Trolled Lil Meech, was like, "Yo, you thought you were special."
Wow.
Yo, even the game felt some type of way. He even chimed in. He was like, "Yo, I got beef for 50, but this is on pause for a second." Like,
Hey,
like,
Meech, why would you send that, my boy?
like, yeah, like how you supposed to be riding for your pops? Like this
Facts.
is BM. But I seen like a whole nother spin on that though, because they said that like Lil Meech probably didn't even know his dad when he went in jail. Like he just knew about his name and his legacy.
Damn,
but
how old is he?
how old is Lil Meech?
How old is he? Because he
thing-
probably didn't, for real.
Thank God for
He
Google.
just probably heard of it. Because apparently, I thought he was raised in Florida on some shit.
I thought he was raised in California.
I think he was raised.
He said that he went to like some. He's 24 years old.
I think he was raised in Florida though, on some shit.
Yeah, like I don't know. It all makes sense though. Like I think that he was even like fuck Ross. He just paid my dad's bills for a few minutes till the next season starts. 50 Cent shares it like what season? What season low, man?
Shut it down, champ. Shut it down.
Damn, yo, that boy 50, man. He's wild.
I forget what Rick Ross did to him.
Rick.
Oh yeah, they had a whole thing. Never mind. I remember that. We actually talked about that on the pod, or y'all talked about it on the pod.
Yeah.
And I remember listening to it. A whole BM video situation. It was crazy.
Yeah, that was wild.
They just two petty guys, man.
Is Rick Ross really petty, or he just not backing down from 50?
They both petty.
Yeah, Rick Ross is definitely petty.
He has a lot of petty moments.
They have a lot of petty moments.
Does Rick Ross look cool in most of his situations, or does he look like the cornball in most of the situations?
I don't know if he ever got over the fact that they called him a CO.
50 Cent exposed that.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that's you be for me, you be forever.
Right.
Like,
He's a dangerous person.
Yo, I don't know. That guy 50 Cent, man. I don't know. He just be in everybody's mix. Jim Jones, Cameron, all that. I don't know. We're gonna let him rock though. Shout out to 50, man. You the pettiest guy in the game, and we respect you for some reason.
I respect him because I was just listening to his old music. Like, yeah, he was really just on some shit.
Yeah, man.
He was fired for a few albums.
I was just running his shit back, just like, wow.
He had a nice run. I don't think that his run was that long compared to how long runs go now, though. Like,
nah, but his peak was just as high as anybody's peak.
50 was that bull for a while.
The way that the game's being ran right now, I don't even know how to think of that.
I don't know.
I think that 50 Cent talks about things, he's like, yo, seriously, all the stuff that's going on now that you're seeing with all the situations, like Drake and all that, and Kendrick, like, that shit been going on forever.
Yeah, but
it's just Kendrick's turn.
I feel like
I think 50 Cent was a product of that same environment.
Yeah.
Yeah, but when it comes to peaking, you know what I'm saying? It's like,
was it bigger than Drake's peak, or was
Drake's peak
See,
was what, like one dance?
See, he did say some 50 did say some real shit though. He said Drake just mad because Kendrick doing the shit he did to people.
Yeah, he's been doing.
Yeah,
I be trying to stand. Seriously, I be trying my hardest to stand with Drake because that's my guy.
I fuck with Drake.
Too much people be saying stuff. I gotta stop listening. I fuck with Drake, dog. I think this shit's sad. Like, leave him alone.
Yeah,
man.
He probably felt.
I saw a video recently. I don't know if it was AI. That's how crazy the world is. I don't know if the video was AI or not, but I saw a video of Drake singing and dancing along to "Not Like Us" and on the stage.
Oh, that was real.
That was real.
That was real.
Oh man,
That's
I was looking at that like, nah, that's gotta
That's
be
some
AI.
light skin shit right there, man. That's right.
You gotta laugh at your pain.
Nah, like some of the things just don't be coming off right.
Don't do that.
And then like the world, if you ever turn on the TV, it's a basically Kendrick kicked Drake's ass celebration tour.
That's
like
a fact.
that's what the Grammys was, right?
That's what his whole album was too.
But that's what the Grammys literally was. Everybody
victory lap.
You go on stage, you mention Kendrick, you do some things. I mean, Kendrick wins an award in between. Somebody performs, Kendrick wins an award.
Taylor Swift.
But aren't we thankful that that's where it's at, right? We're thankful that that's where it's at, and it's not like a Biggie Tupac situation, right?
They kind of made it. They kind of made it a parade.
You know what? I feel like seriously, a few years ago, we all thought that hip hop was the biggest thing in the world, right? Like we thought hip hop was super mainstream and all that, like it was running the world. I'm the first to say it. Hip hop's really about to run the world. Like I feel like this is the pivot. Like this is the only way we're going to show y'all hip hop. Like this is the only way you can do it. It's a little bit hood. It's a little bit intelligent. Doesn't make anybody look bad, but it doesn't make hip hop look corny. I mean, no derogatory shit, but it is a little explicit. Tells some facts. Don't dig too deep into them. Put you on, but I can take you to the water, but I can't make you drink. Right? Hip hop's about to get really, really big in the next couple of years. And they're trying to do it in a really good way. They just gave Doechii Rap Album of the Year.
I feel like they're going to back to a lyricist league.
It's coming back.
lyrics is coming back.
Forced though. Like you listen to that corny mumble rap. You seen Playboy Cardi coming out in the Grammys and nobody cared. Like
yeah, like
Right. I feel like we're in a good time in America for hip hop too, because it's always been a revolutionary type of style of music.
Jay-Z's behind this. Like we can't even dirt Jay-Z no more.
Why would you ever?
I don't know. I think everybody's talking a little crazy about Jay-Z.
I think people can talk crazy about Jay-Z, but at the same time, I feel like he's just been the cleanest.
It makes more sense to have Kendrick Lamar at the Super Bowl than Lil Wayne or even Drake.
Yes. Lil Wayne's time.
No.
Is
Jay-Z's
over.
not here. Jay-Z's here not
Lil-
to burn. He's not here to burn hip hop down.
You can't say no. You
I
can't say that.
understand Lil Wayne from New Orleans.
Jay-Z's not here to burn hip hop down.
No.
Nah.
I'll agree with having Kendrick over Lil Wayne. Okay, do that. Kendrick over Drake though, you can't sell me on that. You can't sell me on that argument. I don't care about
Kendrick over Drake.
We've had a
You can't
Drake
sell me on
already.
that. Not for the New Orleans joint, because if you bring Drake, you get Lil Wayne, you get Nicki Minaj, you get the biggest Super Bowl halftime of all time outside of Michael Jackson.
To put a hip hop solo artist, a straight hip hop solo artist, the first time, right? This is the first time that there's a hip hop artist by himself gets the headline the Super Bowl, right? Dr. Dre was not in the mix. He was a producer. A producer put together like a DJ set of his favorite tunes.
The Weeknd's pop. Yeah.
Yeah, like this is the first time in hip hop, and you're gonna have a guy from Canada do it, a light skinned guy at that. Not to be talking crazy, but like this is when people think of hip hop, their first introduction to hip hop worldwide. Everybody's watching the Super Bowl. This is some people's first introduction to hip hop in a real way.
Not mad at it.
And we're going to put Drake out there.
I'm not mad at the decision for Kendrick Lamar, but you can't tell me that it wouldn't be a better show to have Drake, Nicki Minaj, Lil Wayne on that stage instead of Kendrick Lamar.
That's
Seriously.
cool. That was cool back in the day.
I want to feel that way, but
That was cool.
they don't
back
got
in the
nothing.
day.
Seriously, I got Drake songs that I like more than Kendrick songs, but they don't got nothing that's gonna make people like feel like we gonna be alright type shit. Like
That's
things
true.
is gonna be
and
good.
People are itching to dance to
Positive stuff.
pedophilia comments as well. So
That's gonna come.
people
That's
are
gonna,
itching to. I
it's
mean,
gonna be
we're
weird,
excited.
but
I'm
the-
not gonna lie.
But
I'm
the
excited.
overall, I had
My
to stop
daughter's
being
gonna be
biased.
lit.
The
She's gonna be
overall
so
message,
excited.
the overall message, and not like us. I gotta rock with it for the time that we're in. Like
The
people,
overall message, yeah. I feel it.
People
Right.
gotta feel empowered. And I know Jay-Z ain't here to burn us down. He's here to build us up. So he has a plan.
I got all my faith in Jay-Z. I
Yeah.
got all my trust and faith in Jay-Z until it comes to the Diddy shit. That I'm like, if you get caught up in that shit, I'll be devastated. But outside of that, I got all my trust and faith.
That should just empower Jay-Z. Like you tried to make him look like a sexual deviant, and he didn't have no smut on his rep.
Right.
I mean, it's still early.
I think that he's gonna be all right.
I hope so. I really do. Yeah,
But-
me too.
Kendrick's about to go out on this to the Super Bowl and make every black person feel really good about being black. And he's gonna bring a couple more people together because we a little divided for no reason right now. I don't know why black people are so divided. Like there was a time where we made a lot of progress and everybody was on the same exact page. Like this is how we're rocking. In the earliest stages, we all copping Cadillacs. You know what I mean? Like we all rocking, doing our hair with Blue Magic, and we all using this pan for when we baking, like just to show y'all. You know, another crazy thing I found out about black people in the slave times, like people had names like Frederick, Franklin, and all that. They started making up crazy names like Dontavian and Zaquavius because when their kids get lost and they got traded to different plantation, they felt like when we're going to link up again, and that's the only way that we can find each other is if we have unique names. And that's the way, like niggas have names like Quantavius and stuff, and it's still going on like deep in the South. And we got away from that because people started making mad jokes about us like, oh, you have weird names. Like, who's Jamiroquai? Like, nigga, we need to find Jamiroquai if we can't find Jamiroquai. We gonna yell Marcus, and there's gonna be 1 million Marcuses. Like,
That's cool.
that's crazy. But back to the Grammy.
Yeah, that was cool. Shit. I learned some shit about the South the other day too. That I had thought of it off the top before we get right back to the Grammys. I thought of it off the top. I was like, where did Ratchet come from? Like why? Like Ratchet? Like why are people calling each other Ratchet?
Put me on.
And then I thought, it's got to be an interpretation of the word wretched.
What's wretched?
Wretched, like, oh, you wretched
Like
witch.
nasty?
Yeah, like you wretched human being, right? And then I was talking to ChatGPT, and I was like, where did ratchet come from? He was like, best guesses are it came from people calling women in New Orleans wretched, and then through word of mouth it became ratchet.
She ratchet.
I was literally laying in a hotel
It's
room.
just
like,
the
where did
same thing
Ratchet
that
come
we
from?
always do. It's like the N-word. Like you try to throw something negative at us, and we use it to empower ourselves. Like, hey, you can't bring me down. I actually kind of like the word. Let me just add a little pizzazz to it, because y'all don't throw no seasoning on nothing.
Right,
That's a
shit.
whole different story.
But
But
definitely the Grammys. Definitely
but
the
yeah,
Grammys.
Beyonce won. I'm just gonna do a rundown of what actually
Yeah.
happened at the Grammys.
All right.
So Beyonce won the Country Album of the Year award and the Album of the Year award. That's wild. Doechii wins Rap Album. Of course,
Well, we're not skipping right over Beyonce. Hold on.
All right, let's do Beyonce.
Yeah, hold on. Beyonce won Country Album and Album of the Year.
But she couldn't win Country Album, any awards at the CM, whatever you call it, Country Music Awards.
We're gonna stop sugarcoating. We're gonna just call it racism. Okay.
You think it was racism?
I like Shabuzi's album over Beyonce's country album.
I like
in my opinion.
I think that Shabuzi needs to go a
He
little
had-
bit more
he
country.
had a
He
but
didn't
he
win
had
either.
he had a good influence on country music.
He didn't win either.
He had a
Yeah.
very
He
good
turned
influence
Shabuzi
on-
turned country music
Real
up.
talk, like he had a
A lot of the young country artists that are coming in, the Morgan Wallen type guys, the next
Yeah,
generation, they're all making that. It got a little
Right,
bit of
like-
kick to it, a little
See,
bit of boom.
what I
Nelly
like
started.
what I like about him though,
We ain't giving
he
him too
wasn't
much
like
credit.
he's not
Yeah,
like how
for real.
Beyonce's doing it. Like that's literally his genre. You know what I mean? Like Beyonce's coming from a different genre.
I
do it.
disagree. I feel
Just
like this
because
take is
that's
not
where
gonna
she
age well.
comes from.
I don't think this take's gonna age well. I think that you're gonna see Shabuzi making a real serious push toward R&B and hip hop.
No.
I do. Just like Lil Nas X is the furthest thing from Old Town Road. I feel like Shabuzi's going. Like I could already hear from the first single he dropped to what he's dropping now it's already trending in that direction. Why
I
would
think
it
that
go the
there's
opposite?
there's conversations behind doors trying to find out which direction they want to take Shabuzi in. Do we want him to be in the hip hop category or do we want to keep him country?
But I think he can make I think he can make a killing where he at.
I think he should go more country.
Yeah, just
like,
stay
even
I
country.
think, yeah, if he made some beautiful country like ballads and shit,
Yeah.
that'd be awesome.
Whatever-
But I do think he's going. Really, what it comes down to, and you know this from being an artist, what it comes down to is what makes a crowd move. What type of shows are you doing? What he's gonna end up doing is festivals. What's gonna make a crowd move is more type of hip hop-ish beats and not those country ballads.
See, I'm loving the integration into a different genre. I love it.
Oh,
I love it bringing that.
I agree.
Bringing that soul kind of, you know what I mean? That the party vibe to it. Like that's
To the country?
yeah.
Country
I
music,
love that.
Country,
bro.
but realistically, country's always been that.
yeah, it's up
Yeah.
tempo for real,
Yeah.
for real. You know what
Even
I mean?
Earl had to die. That song kind of make you feel good.
Dixie Chick.
Yeah, Dixie Chicks.
Yeah.
That is fire.
Goodbye, Earl.
They don't know that black people low key really, really like that song. And it's kind of one of the only country songs we know. But
I didn't know you knew that.
what? That was one of the biggest songs in the world.
I'm messing. I'm messing with Teddy
Goodbye,
Swims right now. Too.
Teddy Swims.
Teddy-
He's not country though.
I'm messing with him though.
Teddy-
That's
Teddy
just
Swims,
It's just that sound.
Teddy Swims. I know we're not allowed to invite people to the cookout anymore, but I think that Teddy Swims is really invited to the cookout,
Yeah, he's
and
been
that
to
he
the
should be
cookout.
put in the R&B category, respectfully,
yeah,
because he's making R&B.
he is. He is. But it's just that country sound to his voice though that gives it that
Yeah.
like.
Yeah, he's definitely trying to lean that way too, especially with the new singles I heard. I'm not really. I don't know.
Realistic.
I don't know. I'm still on the fence with Teddy Swims. I fuck with him. I think he's talented, but I'm still on the fence on like which way are you really leaning?
I think that he low key sounds like Russ to me, but Teddy Swims, he has different versions of his songs. Like he has the original versions and he has the R&B edits and stuff. Like he's really taking a
Acoustic, all
different
that, yeah.
he's taking different approaches to the game. So regardless of what happens, they gonna find where Teddy Swims belong.
That's smart
Right.
too because you get paid separately off of
Yeah.
all them different drops on digital. on
Brilliant.
digital music, yeah.
Even his promotion, his appearance at the Grammys, Teddy Swims looked like a white Rick Ross.
Yeah. K Jewelers had him all decked out and all that.
Yeah, he was in his bag on there. So I don't know. Like I like it. But
Yeah.
back to Beyonce's country run. You're bringing it down to racism, or do you think
The reason
album
she
wasn't
didn't win
that-
in the CM and the Country Music Awards, I am bringing it down to racism. Yeah,
A lot of
I'm
white
bringing it
people
down to
don't like
racism,
that.
and it's only because of the state of the country. And I hate to get political so early on in the episode, but I'm gonna live there for a little while,
You're
probably
good.
for the next 4 years, honestly. But I feel like it's just like they're showing their face. It is what it is. Bold
Nah, I hear.
Bold did a Hitler salute on stage. They're showing their face. How can you win? I mean, all right. So the Grammys has way different judges of music than the CMA. I don't believe that.
So like if you talk to like older white people that listen to country music, they hate Beyonce doing country. They don't like
I
it.
hear a lot of people hating Beyonce doing country.
They don't like it. It's just because of things that she talk about.
I want to.
It's the things that she talk about. Like if you listen to some of the country records, it's some crazy country.
That's
records.
what-
Yeah, but the new country that people are fucking with right now, what I'm hearing is the things they're talking about is not it's nothing special.
The young
Nothing-
generation country.
Yeah, that upbeat,
Yeah.
sounding almost like a little bit of mix of hip hop
Yeah.
country. That they're not talking
What's
about
a couple
nothing
of them
crazy.
songs she got?
They're not no Reba
them
McEntire.
country songs.
What's
A couple of country songs that Beyonce got. I can't remember the name
I
of
can
one
give
of
you
them.
six. I can give you one.
countries.
Because there's one like
That's
No
on
one to
fire.
hold 'em.
The album's actually really good too. That's the crazy thing about it. But I don't want to be one of those guys that's like I'm on each side. But we don't listen to enough country music to actually make a real comparison on what it's being compared to.
Yeah.
That's
That's
the
a
only
fact.
reason that I can't talk crazy, and I want to be that guy so bad and just be like, "Oh, it's cause she's racist," but I didn't even listen to enough of everything else. And I actually love the genre as it is, not as it should be, as it is right now. How they've been
Right.
running it for mad long.
Right.
I mean,
Right.
You
and
can't
see-
convince me though that objectively, you can't convince me that the Country Music Awards has that different of a demographic of people voting on the music.
I'm pretty sure it does.
Like, are they just a bunch? Like, they're really just pure purists,
old,
country
really
purists?
old people.
But
yeah.
Yes.
if that was the case, then the hip hop type of country that did win wouldn't have won.
Did it?
Yeah.
How much awards did
what-
Morgan Wallen win? What did Post Malone win there? I mean,
Who did win? Country album of the year, wasn't it like Luke Combs or something?
like actual compared like people that they're thinking of as country people. When we was naming the people that was changing the sound of country, we didn't name Luke Combs.
No.
The
we
big
didn't.
names in country is Luke Combs. It's like, well, I mean, obviously right now it's Beyonce. It's the bull who just broke up with the podcaster.
Who broke up with a podcaster?
The
Who won? I'm trying to find I'm actually trying to find a list of the country music award winners, like people that won the awards and stuff, but I can't. It's like
Alright,
that's
fuck
crazy that my algorithm's that bad that it wouldn't even show me something like that. Like,
Damn algorithms.
I just want to see who won country album. Oh, Cody Johnson won album of the year.
Okay.
You know him?
okay. No, well, he's more pure country than I was saying, so I do take back. What I stepped back.
I'm wrong. I gotta admit when I'm wrong, especially if I'm going to say things because these are actually people that I like that was winning awards. Like Morgan Wallen won Entertainer of the Year. Chris Stapleton won Song of the Year for his single White Horse. And then there's some people I don't know, like Megan Maroney, who won Artist of the Year. Lainey Wilson won Best Female Vocalist. It seemed respectable. Like, it ain't nothing to get outraged about if Beyonce didn't win that award. So it makes it even bigger with her winning the Grammy in that fashion, right?
But was there any color in there?
There wasn't
That
too
is the
much.
question.
George Strait was
The-
awarded the Willie Nelson Lifetime Achievement Award.
George Strait's a goat.
He a legend.
All
Yeah.
my exes live in Texas like I'm George Strait.
That's kind of the reason that most black people know who George Strait is.
Exes
Yeah.
live in Texas.
We know that song. Jelly Roll won 3 awards. He basically
Shout out
black.
Jelly Roll.
He basically black, right?
Jelly Roll on his free time, he goes into youth juvenile detention centers just to see what's up with him
Yeah, I seen that.
on his free time, and he barely even be posting about it for real.
That's tough.
I seen a video of it though.
Yeah, you probably saw it. You might have saw it from Creative Hope Studio. Shout out Creative Hope Studio. He went into one and then he put us on video. He shouted us out.
And that might have been where I seen
Yeah,
it.
it's
on.
Fire.
And what else? What else happened? They said they was trying to lie and say Kanye got kicked out, but Kanye's too cool to get kicked out of anything. He pulled up, took his pictures, and dipped off with his shorty.
Kanye's wife was
Trending.
the most Googled subject over the Grammys.
Yeah.
Kanye's wife.
Yeah, he said he
Yeah.
beat the Grammys.
He beat them for some press.
Apparently,
I know he had like a random commercial on there or something.
Nah, I remember. Didn't he
I don't
do
know, I'm
an
kinda
he did
over
an
Kanye
interview,
West.
right? He did an interview with Justin LeBoy after that, John. Then he had an after party previewing some new music.
yeah.
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 How y'all feel about Chris Brown basically winning his first Grammy?
He needed one,
13
man.
years.
It's been
You think that's an apology for them letting Warner Brothers shoot that documentary about Chris Brown like randomly out of nowhere?
I think they took into account with like the abuse type situations that he went through. I think they took that into account with the award situation. Not even gonna hold you because he Ben should have had a Grammy, bro. There's no way he didn't get a Grammy yet, bro.
I think it's a makeup call.
Yeah, I think they made up for it because that was crazy.
You think it's a personal apology from Jay-Z though? Like
No.
they're saying that Jay-Z was spearheading the campaign.
Apology would be a personal apology.
Nah, like I'm gonna give you your light back. Like I'm about to give you album of the year at the Grammys. It's better than me saying sorry.
But at the same
time,
I'm
gonna give you all my bad, bro.
Who in R&B better than Chris Brown right now?
That's a tough conversation because you got to think how R&B is supposed to be ran. Like R&B is supposed to be ran with songs lasting like 10 years and stuff. Who got more songs that last 10 years?
Like overall, who's the R&B go or who's right now?
Right now,
overall, I'm taking Usher. I'm taking Usher.
And seriously, Neo's in that conversation.
Neo is definitely in that conversation.
Yeah, Neo did too much. He did too much.
We gotta take.
He did wrote hits.
Yeah,
made his own hits and wrote hits.
Neo doesn't get enough respect.
He's different.
His music is so different, dog.
Yeah, he's different.
His writing, he wrote "Let Me Love You" for Mario.
Yeah,
Neo
he wrote a lot of things. That's crazy.
Like who? But seriously, who's the GOAT? So Usher's the GOAT. I'm not even sure.
I got Usher.
Realistically, I'm not even sure if Usher's the GOAT.
I got Usher, but if you're in a car full of female, what song out of those three? If you're playing a Chris Brown song, a Neo song, or an Usher song, you're in a car full of women that have been drinking. You got a DJ this moment.
I'm just trying to. It depends on what type of time I'm gonna have. Because I might have to play. You don't have to call. Because I know all the words.
You don't have to call. Damn,
I know all the words. We can all sing it together. Everybody vibing.
That might be it.
Might have a treyway.
That's top three. That's top three.
Usher. You're going.
That's Usher. Yeah,
you're definitely going Usher.
Yeah.
You're definitely going.
That's top three.
There's no way you're not going Usher.
If you gotta go Chris Brown, you pick in what? Which one? You gotta go with
it's
Run It
tough,
or Say.
No, it's yo. Excuse me.
You might have to say yo.
But what if you want to be? What if you want to be in your sappy bag and do Say Goodbye? Because everybody randomly
be knowing
Say
Goodbye. No.
What type of night you trying?
You're playing Forever before you do that. You're playing Take You
Down. Most definitely playing Excuse Me, Miss.
Yo, excuse me.
Yeah, there's nothing else I'm playing.
I think
everything
for Neo though,
for
Neo, I think you got to play the one number one on the album, first song with PD Crack.
I'm going, So Sick.
Yeah. No. I'm saying, Katie,
damn, what's the Neo? I'm mad that I can't even think of the name of the damn song that is like the best song in the world. I gotta do this real quick.
I'm thinking of it.
I think you gotta go PD Crack, Neo, Stay.
Nah, cause I could say something. I could say something. I could say something simple, but Neo has like one of the best R&B songs in the world, and I can't think of it for some reason. Damn, I'm not even going to dig into it too long. He has way too many songs.
Yeah, he's got
I'm mad
songs.
that the song's at the top of my head, but I can't even think of the name of the
So
song.
so I would either go with So Sick or Stay. One of the ones off his first album.
He has way too many though. Nah. Anything Neo, but there's like seriously, I'm mad that I can't. My mind ain't working right, but I know that Neo. If it ain't Usher, Chris Brown, then Neo's the R&B GOAT.
Yeah, I mean that is assuming that we're not talking about like Mary J. Blige. You know what I'm saying?
Damn, I don't want to get disrespectful.
Yeah, because that's assuming we're not.
But writing and singing and being able to perform that song and make that song big.
Beyonce,
Neo.
Yeah, we're getting disrespectful.
It's a tough.
We're coming from a particular perspective here.
But yeah, speaking of being disrespectful, anyway, y'all seen that? Y'all did see when the Associated Press people was interviewing Babyface.
I don't know why you're so burnt about that.
Cause that shit made me mad.
I don't know why.
Babyface is a whole entire legend, and they see Chappelle Rowan.
If Mariah Carey didn't put Babyface in that song, I'd have had a real tough time thinking about who Babyface was.
That speaks volumes.
That's crazy.
That speaks volumes.
That just tell you where the music is leading, man.
I don't know.
That tells you, man. It shows
speaks
you
on your upbringing.
No respect to the elders, man. It's crazy.
Damn, that's potato salad with raisins in it.
That's crazy.
Oh man, nah, I was just in my Mary J. Blige bag all the time.
I respect it, but damn, not Babyface probably
I don't think he would. I don't know. I don't think he felt that disrespected. I think the internet's blowing
because he's
it up.
too cool. Like he's like Future cool. Like he said,
Yo, then
don't
they do
that.
Then they do the same shit to Raven Simone.
They did, but that's warranted. It's warranted. It's warranted. It's weird. Like she was
like, "Oh, go ahead. Somebody more important."
Raven Simone, though, seriously, she's been she's anti-black for one.
Yeah,
do you feel bad when bad things happen to Raven Simone?
Nah,
I feel bad when bad things happen to anybody. For real,
there's nothing really bad happens to her. Just stuff like her getting shoved at the Grammys, and I was like, "Oh, poor Raven."
No, I don't feel bad.
She said that we was only watching Raven because she had big boobs.
That was wild.
I'm offended personally because I didn't even know that she had
boobs.
big.
Yeah, fuck out of here.
Raven, I wasn't even a fan of your show. You can keep it. Fuck your boobs.
I mean, I did like the show. I'm not gonna lie.
I like Raven.
So
I like
Raven.
I actually liked the That's So Raven show. I thought it was dope that she
was fire.
gaze into the future.
That was fire.
Orlando
And
Brown.
Corey was cool.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Corey was cool.
That was one of my first interactions outside of Corey Dillon, somebody famous having the name Corey. I was really vibing with that.
Did you used to say Corey in the house a lot?
Nah, but I was really fucking with the boy Topanga. Yeah.
Corey
and
Matthews. Yeah. There is a nice selection of Corys. I don't even know why you felt neglected as a Corey.
I didn't. There was 3: Corey Dillon, Corey in the House, and Corey Topanga.
And there's a lot of other Corys. Corey, from the old movies, from all the old Breakfast Club type movies. Corey Haim.
The only other Corey I know about is the Corey that Nas is talking about in his one song where he's really disrespectful to that Corey. He don't fuck with that
Corey. You talking about Corey Mega?
I don't fuck with that Corey at all. Nas was not fucking with that Corey.
Yo, yeah.
Named him personally. I was like, oh shit.
Well, and back to that Babyface thing. You know why it was so so disrespectful? My bad, I can't let it go. But that shows that they can't just be letting anybody on these red carpets. You got to be versed. Like, you got to be knowing who you're dealing with and what you're into. You got to be a fan of what you're doing in the events that you're going to when you're doing these things.
A lot of these people is young.
Just boomers, some
they
TikTok
young. They don't even know who
influencers.
most of these people is.
Kai Cenat was the most popular person at the Grammys that night.
He wasn't acting like that.
Taylor Swift was bamming him out. She said, "No, sir. Ignore button."
She wasn't trying to talk to him?
Yo, tell her.
I ain't noticed that.
No, sir, my boy.
But he was probably talking crazy about her. Because he does be talking crazy, low key. But everybody's glazing.
You gotta talk crazy if you're in that profession. That 24-hour talking shit. You're gonna say something crazy.
Why did you say that he wasn't acting like it?
Oh, he's just young.
He's just overexcited.
Yeah, he's just young.
I was surprised how many people know him that's older than him. For real. Like CeeLo Green.
CeeLo Green basically asked to go to Japan with him.
Like, come on, let's go to Japan.
I can't wait to go to Japan.
Everybody knows him because all their kids know him.
Yeah,
and people like Kevin Hart's on it, John Cena's on it, Snoop Dogg's on it. Like, you have like
they had Nicki Minaj on it.
Nicki Minaj was on it. Like, you have that age bracket. People was really trying to phase the millennial age bracket out. It's not working. We're the biggest consumer at the end of the day.
Right.
We're buying this stuff for our kids, and we're still actively enjoing these things.
That's history repeating itself. We tried to move them boomers out, and they're still calling the shots.
Our parents didn't like the music that we like.
Same thing.
Nah, we don't hate our kids' music. They listen to music that we listen to.
It's not that I hate it. I just don't think it's as lyrical or as this.
There's some things that are whack. But for the most part, everybody likes the same music right now. Everybody like J. Cole. Everybody like Kendrick Lamar. The top artists are the top artists. Everybody like Drake.
Them kids are not listening. I don't think they're.
They really
I think
are.
them. I don't think they. I mean, my 10-year-old's not listening to J. Cole, Drake, or Kendrick.
Once she gets
Lamar.
to 9th grade, she's going to be listening to more.
She is listening to Kendrick Lamar, but
Yeah,
outside of them, she's listening to Kendrick Lamar outside of any of them.
She's getting real close. To listen to some lyrical
Mine
stuff.
is listening
She's
to
listening
anything
to
that's trending.
She's listening to the
anything that's viral. Your kids know
Chappelle
it.
Rowan, the person that the AP
the singer girl
shooed Babyface for it.
Most
that's who
kids
she's
is listening
listening
to anything that's viral.
That's
anything that's viral.
TikTok runs music.
Yeah, anything that's viral, they
you
love
seen
it.
That I think it was Universal Music Group bought CD Baby.
Interesting.
Interesting.
CD
Weekends,
Baby?
CD Baby's a distribution. They make actual CDs and sell physical copies, vinyls and stuff. And then so Weekends albums coming out, and they have vinyl and they have CD versions, all different versions. I think we're about to slide back into a little bit into physical copies of things.
Crazy though, because they don't even make cars with CD players.
Remember they took but they slow down on production of cars because the EV mandate. So they can once they start moving back production, you never know. They might actually put CD. It's just, if it's in their plans, they'll put a CD player right back in your car and charge you extra for the model.
Crazy.
So you don't got to get that bootleg backup
Charge me more for a CD player.
I don't think they're really ever gonna move back to CD. Streaming is just too huge.
It's
to
really
move back.
not.
No, I'm saying to put it back in the car. I think it like a record player. You're not gonna put a record player in your car, right? But you're gonna have one in your house. So I feel like the CD player is gonna kind of follow that same mode.
J. Cole kind of broke the streaming game when he put the diss on Kendrick on his album and took it off.
So you're saying if that was on a CD, I mean,
you would still have it. You can listen to it like some Fugazi type way, but it ain't in your Apple Music playlist and all that. Unless you have YouTube Music like me, you might get a little access to everything.
He fucked up history.
J. Cole broke
fucked up history.
He broke streaming.
Good Lord.
And people ain't. That's one thing that we're not going to be able to talk about. Well, yeah, we gonna slide that anyway. Y'all seen that? Where do I want to go there? Yeah, I gotta go here first. Y'all seen the lady that went over to Pakistan to meet a 19-year-old boy, and then her parents found out that she was 33 years old, and then made him ghost her.
Incredible.
So
she's crazy.
She's out there running Pakistan.
Incredible. I guess I get so fucking nervous every time I watch one of her videos because she's telling grown men who have killed. I mean, not them specifically, but in that country, people have gotten killed for much less, and she's telling them, "Shut up! You talk too much." Oh my God, I get so fucking nervous for her.
She said,
I fucking love it.
I need $100,000 and I'm gonna invest this in real estate, but I need $20,000 for my pocket.
She's got the best mental illness I've ever seen.
What do you think's wrong with her? What type of illness she has?
I don't know, something. She's crazy. She's crazy as hell. But I fucking love it. I wish it was a TV show. I could watch it for like 30 minutes and binge it. Like it's like she is fucking hilarious. It's absolutely wild. It's a wild situation. You couldn't make that up. All right, so we're gonna script write a TV show where this 33-year-old black woman from New York goes to Pakistan on a love adventure and then starts demanding hundreds of thousands. Like, it's hilarious. It's absolutely hilarious.
I say she empowers mad women in Pakistan.
She's fucking incredible.
Like, everybody's going to start moving different. Like, yo, this black woman from New York just came into our country and was moving like that. We all moving like that.
Butterfly effect, she might change the world. On some butterfly effect type shit, she might change the world.
Yo, that random ass lady is the face of changing the world.
Fuck girl shit though.
She looked like
Parker. You know how New York women are.
Yeah,
too.
I get so much joy.
She's so New York, yo. She's so New York.
Yeah.
I was happy for her, yo. Because they was sitting there listening to her. Is it that she's changing things, or they already had a little bit of freedom, and United States media was trying to make it look like they was all trapped in peasants and everything was tan and poor, dirty, broke, and people was just getting smacked around for going outside. Like, she kind of thriving.
Nah. She even said she hates it there.
She said she's staying.
No, she said she needs 100,000 for the government so she can rebuild it because she don't like it out there.
Nah, but it's a lot of people that walk around and they be like if they go like to the food markets and shit like that, they be like, it's hard to spend money here.
Yeah,
most of the people give it to you for free.
When you say people though,
in Pakistan,
you're talking about men. When you say people, you're watching men do these things. Women in Pakistan, it's a whole different ballgame.
Oh yeah,
that's why she's so special, because women, you can't
be outside.
Yeah, you can't do much as a woman in Pakistan. Yeah.
But I don't know. Oh, you was actually there, ain't?
No, I was in Afghanistan.
How far away from
Right next door.
So it's kind of the same. And women couldn't do anything. You don't think it's like North and South Korea?
What?
Like North and South Korea? In like South Korea, they have a little bit more freedom. They can.
No, they're more similar of countries. Afghanistan and Pakistan, especially now, they're both ran by kind of what America would call not so favorable opposition.
I'm having a hard time believing the view of things that I see from America. Like, remember?
You're
our
right.
Whole picture of Africa.
There's a ton of propaganda that scares you for going to other countries, and I've been there, and it's just like it's not like that. But that's for men. That's for men. I'm speaking from a male perspective, and it's men who can roam freely in these places. Well, relatively freely in these places. You can go and adventure Afghanistan. You really can. As a man, you'll be much more safer doing that than as a woman.
So as a black man,
as a woman, it's gonna be an issue.
As a black man, I can go out to Afghanistan and just be cool.
You can go to Kabul and make it out. Yes.
I'm cool. I'm scared.
Because America told me to be scared.
Right. Yeah, Pakistan, you'd be much more likely to have a good time in Pakistan than Afghanistan right now. Still, that's not up top on my vacation list, but You can Google it. It's still out. There's people out there right now walking around the streets of Afghanistan, taking videos, eating their street food and stuff.
I'm hella curious, yo. Like, I just want to know what's true and what's not. That's my whole thing with things. Like,
there is a lot of propaganda, but when it comes to male and female, it's a big difference in the world. Unfortunately.
Damn. But that's tough. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't know. I still don't know what to believe, but shout out to that lady. And I hope that she gets everything that she's asking for, that she deserves it.
I agree.
Shout out to the queens. And she from NY. I wish I knew her name, though. But since we're already in the realm, and your guy, Donald Trump, is somehow related to this somehow, he might even be funding this whole campaign right now just to, take the guys a strip like he said he's going to do. Like, what does that, like, is he wants to make the guys a strip the 51st state? Is that what he's saying that he wants to do?
No, logistically, no, that's not what he's saying. But he's still saying some dumb shit. I had to figure it out. I did a deep dive because I was going crazy about how there's people that like see this, what's happening right now and justify it. So I did a deep dive on who spreads misinformation. And there was a ton of studies, and it comes to find out that if you're a right-wing politic person, that you spread about 65 to 20% of the misinformation that's on the internet. And secondly, it's also been proven in studies that if you're a right-wing voter, no, don't come at me. These are the studies that I'm reading. Maybe I'm wrong. You could give me some information to tell me I'm wrong. But you have low cognitive skills, low cognitive functions.
If you're a right-winger?
Yeah. So like so basically when you see misinformation, and you're on the low cognitive scale, you tend to, if it backs up what you think, you tend to believe it and you rock with it and you don't really question it. You don't do critical thinking. Whereas if you're a left winger, you're more likely to critically think and question the information in front of you. And it just happens that low cognitive voters parallel the right wing voters. So I figured out justifiably why.
Where you find that information at?
I was talking to ChatGPT.
ChatGPT ain't out here to sway you wrong, man.
I was talking to Chat.
Damn,
I was like, well, really, what, like, because my issue is that when I hear of a Trump voter and I feel like they're so stupid, I feel like, but I know them personally. I know some, and if I was in a foxhole in a war with these people, I'm trusting them. If I had to go somewhere and needed a babysitter for my daughter, I'm dropping them off. So they're not that fucking crazy, right? They're not that crazy that I'm not going to trust them with my daughter or trust them even in a battle or something. So
I got to think of most of the Trump supporters that I know of openly, and I don't think that I would leave my daughter with them.
Yeah. I feel you. I mean, there's a lot of respectable people who voted for Donald Trump, though. They're like people that you would deem as respectable people, not no weirdos. You know what I'm saying? They're just. I feel like they're just more susceptible to the wrong propaganda. I say wrong propaganda as if propaganda is ever right.
My cousin's a Trump fan.
Like, seriously?
And you would drop your kid off, right?
What's his financial situation looking like?
He owns his own business.
Oh, he's running it. That's why he wants to be. Trump. Seriously, if Trump favors you, he favors you. I don't even hate Trump. I just think that he wastes our time too much. Like, he just does a lot of undoing and not a lot of doing, because there's like a whole lot of people that start suing, and nothing happens. It's like, it's not, and then he just does mad TV stuff. Trump changes things. When people see themselves in Trump and disagree with what he's doing, it turns them into a different kind of person. Like, this is how I look to the masses. So Trump's, some people are falling in line like, yeah, I really am racist. And some people are like, yo, I don't think I'm as racist as I thought I would. But my husband, he racist. Because how you agreeing with a guy doing a Nazi salute 2 times,
right,
back to back, and saying that he says my heart goes out to you?
Crazy.
Yo, the whole campaign is whacked out. Like, that shit is disgusting.
My concern is that I argued with Trump supporters. Like, I've always been a liberal voter and a Democrat. I've worked for Democrat campaigns, and when I was working for Hillary Clinton's campaign, I used to call people in Pennsylvania, cold call them, ask them if they're gonna vote, and they were like, "Fuck that bitch." It was all over Pennsylvania.
That's the Hillary Clinton you said?
Yeah, it was all over Pennsylvania.
But you seen that?
So I used to go home and I used to be like, "Yo, Hillary Clinton's not about to win. I don't know what y'all think around here, but Hillary Clinton's not about to win." I was right about that, because people especially here in Pennsylvania, just was like, fuck that bitch.
And I don't think that it's because she was a woman, though. That's the one thing I do want to get out of there. I think it's because people hate a liar. And the whole narrative that was being spread on TV is that Hillary Clinton's hiding things from us. She won't show us her emails.
No.
That's
If people hated a liar, there's statistically nobody in American politics history that was on record lying more than Donald Trump.
But
period.
his fans, they're in a cult.
Low
And
cognitive.
they're in a cult, and there's a whole lot of them in that
They're
cult.
low cognitive.
Like Donald Trump can literally do anything, and people would justify.
So it's not
it.
a fair. So it's not a fair assessment to say why anyone wins or loses against Donald Trump. But what is driving me nuts though is that every time I got into debate with somebody before the election, it was all about the economy.
Yeah,
That's always what their big trump card was the economy, the economy, the economy. And now all I'm seeing is let's executive order transgender people not to be able to be in sports. Let's buy Gaza. Let's buy Canada. Let's buy.
He's just reverting the country back to the old ways. That's it.
what's that mean for everybody though? How far back is he trying to go though?
When was America great?
When did segregation end?
Less than 100 years ago.
Less than 100 years ago. Less than 60, 70?
Late 50s was
1950.
segregation.
They said Donald Trump was 18 when segregation ended.
Late
So
50s
he knew what it was.
segregation.
And he was pissed the F
He
off.
knew what it was.
Yeah, I'm
Some
over it.
of it was,
I just want to know
I'm
what
over
year they're trying to go back to. I don't know if people actually know my views on segregation. I don't even know if I really want to get into that.
Your views on segregation?
Yeah.
There should be one view on segregation.
What? What's that view? I'm just.
There should be one, and I think it's very obvious.
I don't know. I don't know how to feel about it because I see things about how much black people was together and trying to advance when things were a little bit separated and everybody wasn't combined. And then I see the whole outline of Malcolm X feels like he walked his people into. Martin Luther King felt like he walked his people into a burning building when he combined people. We could have learned how to get along, but I feel like the combining of everything, like taking black money out of black banks and moving it into universal banks and all that stuff, kind of destroyed the black community.
I feel like that's a fair point of view. Because absolutely, from the term, like from where we are now, from where we came from, absolutely logical point of view. But in the grand scheme of the world, I think it makes more sense that we become one world than a whole bunch of separate ones.
Just think about it though, like gentrification wouldn't have been nothing.
We would have everybody,
because everybody would have been able to own.
We would have been able to get bank loans from our own black banks. They wouldn't have been discriminating against us. Redlining wouldn't even be a concern.
Well, now we're talking about two different things. We're talking about two different things. We're talking about if we would have done it or if we do it now.
No,
which one?
It's hard. Is it hard to go back? Because seriously, one thing I want to say is, inevitably, technology would have advanced and people would have got to know each other's cultures one day and people would eventually get along and things wouldn't be so divided.
Were segregated.
Things would never always be divided.
Remember we talked about it last time, like
it might not
people
be that
don't
bad.
know
It
black
might not have been
people
that bad.
except for black people being on movies.
Yeah, like
that.
TV.
You know what I mean? They
and
don't
what
know
tell
nothing
you.
about a black person or
Rap music.
nothing about this person because the only thing they seen it was on TV.
Like things like Instagram and all that was coming one way or another.
Facts. Inevitable.
But I don't know. But yeah, this whole I don't know. I don't like I said, I don't hate Donald Trump, man. I don't even hate anybody, and I don't really care enough. But I'm aware of what's happening and what's going on. How do you think that defunding the Department of Education is a good thing? Some people are justifying it. I want to know what's good about it.
No,
it doesn't make sense.
It don't make sense to me when schools already don't have money as it is.
Yeah,
that's just I don't know. What are you trying to do?
I think it's obvious what they're trying to do when you look at the inauguration and you look at that first row of people. And I know it's kind of like beating a dead horse, but that first row of people was the most rich row of people to ever be in an inauguration.
Yeah,
it's obvious what's happening. If you privatize school, if you privatize the airports, if you privatize everything, then only the rich can own it and make money off of it.
So
that's what they want.
It's gonna be a new type of segregation.
They want private,
rich and poor,
everything.
Rich and poor, and then they already a limited middle class because everybody's struggling right now.
Greed has no limits.
Rich versus poor. We're gonna be living in a Hunger Games.
Elon Musk about to be the world's first trillionaire. If you cap his bread at $99.99 billion, he's gonna have like $200 million over that, which is the cost to eliminate homelessness in America, is what they say.
I feel like, man, there should be a limit to where you're just holding wealth to where they be like, yo, seriously,
Yeah, I think
that's
there should
banked
be
and you can just roam for free. Like,
I
we're
think there
not
should be a
charging you
cap.
for anything. Just do your thing. This shit's going to our pot because you shouldn't have this much power.
That's
I
a
mean,
leftist point of view, though. A cap on how much money an individual can make.
But he can do whatever he can.
Socialism
In terms
view.
of spending, he doesn't have to, pay for anything.
Once you're
'Cause
that
that-
rich,
and-
you don't.
Nah, 'cause
And
you
that
wanna-
once you're that
idea,
rich,
how
you're still
long
not
are
paying for anything.
how
It's
long
it's a
are
drop
you
in the
going to
bucket.
live to even spend that
You're
money?
not
There's
He
going
can't
to.
no
he can't
chance
spend
that
enough
you can
money per
spend
minute.
that.
He's making more money than he can spend in a minute.
Yeah, there's
Nah,
no way
I don't
it
want him.
can.
I don't want to cap on wealth. I just think it's weird that he just has that much wealth, and there's so
I
much
don't
people
think
that don't have any money.
It's incredible that you could say that you don't want to cap on wealth, because it's like, why not?
Because I feel like people should be able to get rich. Like, I mean,
Yeah. People
But
are
they
rich
should. But
already.
But do you think that?
They're already
Do you
rich.
think that? Like, he would be as rich if he paid his employees more. He would still be as rich, right? If he paid his employees more.
Let
other people get a chance to get rich?
The amount of money I'm saying the cap should be hasn't even been hit yet, right? So if he hits $1 trillion and goes over $1 trillion, then if let's say he makes $200 million more than $1 trillion, right?
Yeah.
That has to automatically get pumped back into something somewhere, right? That's how a cap.
Well, if he
works.
wants to buy something for $500 billion,
Then he's funding the economy. He's doing what we need him to do and not hoarding wealth.
all right, I'm with that. But I feel like I just don't feel comfortable being with that.
I'm just saying I don't think you should be able to sit on a ton of money. Whereas it really comes down to one person has it all and everybody else has crumbs.
But I
Why
don't
would
think
why
that
would we
you
accept that?
shouldn't be able to make that money without your employees getting rich.
Mm.
Like, if a company's making damn near $1 trillion, like their owner or something, their employees
Right.
should be making a bag.
A lot
Yeah,
of new
I mean-
companies do that where their CEO can't make more than like 30% of their lowest employee or something like that.
I seen like some people
70%
like lowered their salary so they can pay their employees more and everything, and it led to more money they made, and overall he made way more money. I mean, workplace conditions and all that is a heavy factor and all that. But
For
in a
sure.
day and age where you don't have to work to get a bunch of money, like to get to, like, you know what I mean? There's people that are making livings off of social media and podcasting and stuff like that, just making an easy $60K a year. Whereas I would have to go work overtime to make that.
yeah,
So it's,
there's some people that everybody don't want to
It's
get rich
valuable.
and everybody don't want to be famous. Some people just want to be comfortable. Like, I just want to go. I mean, I'm cool with going to work, but I want to
Right.
go home not completely beat, and then I don't want to pay my bills and not have any money left over. Some
Real
people just
shit.
want to be good. I don't want to buy groceries and not have my money left over.
I think a lot of people are leaning toward that.
And like, seriously, people just want that house with a picket fence and all that, like just simple things. And I think that's where Donald Trump's appeal is at. He makes you feel like he doesn't make you feel like you can get that, but he comes from an era where people was getting that.
He has zero appeal. I don't get it.
To somebody, he has
Not
no,
to me,
he
yeah.
has no appeal to me. I don't like. I think that he's just way too old, and he just don't be. He talks stupid. Like, that's just how it comes off to me. But I don't know.
Right.
People like him. I don't know what happened, yo. I don't know when America got so dumb. I don't know when people stopped questioning things, and I mean, people, you gotta have a question for everything.
I'm upset that America's not more upset and outraged. Like when George Bush, you feel like who's worse, George Bush or Donald Trump, right? I feel like Donald Trump is like an overall worse person, and I feel like he's just less qualified in general.
I don't think that I was old enough to understand what was happening during the George Bush era, but I think that the pandemic was worse than 9/11.
Yeah.
I'm not measuring dicks between the pandemic and 9/11. I'm gonna stay off that one. I'm not gonna pick which one was worse on that.
I mean, it
You know,
was.
I mean,
It was.
Yeah.
But when I think about the pandemic, I think about the bigger picture, because if you look at like how many people was dying and who was dying, the real age of who was really, really passing away, they were really just depopulating.
Yeah.
It was really that.
real strategically.
It's strategically depopulating facilities.
that
Like,
sound like RFK.
that's just crazy. That's just crazy. No lie though.
We sound nothing like RFK.
That's
That
just
dude
crazy.
RFK
is
said COVID was genetically modified to attack Americans and spare Jewish people and Chinese people.
Oh no, I don't
Nah.
believe that it was genetically modified. I think that it was,
It was-
purposely allowed to spread. I think that they knew it was coming and let it go.
And you know, like certain ages couldn't fight that disease. Most of the people that died was the people that was in nursing homes.
I think
was
COVID's
attacked
very
on
sketchy.
and everything like
I think
that.
COVID's very sketchy. I think that truth is stranger than fiction. I don't think there's got to be a conspiracy behind the fact that it got out, right? Somehow COVID. I'm leaning more toward that it was in that lab in Wuhan and it got out on some way. I'm way more inclined to believe that than somebody was eating a bat and that's how it spread.
Yeah, nobody was eating. Well,
I'm not saying nobody was eating a bat. I've seen people eat bats before.
Bro, I went to New York probably like a year before COVID, and Chinese people were already wearing masks.
Yeah, they ahead of the game, but they listened to their people.
Real talk.
I think masks
Were they
should have been
dying all
more-
crazy over there?
in China?
Yeah,
People are dying.
But
Like
they were,
crazy.
but they were
Everywhere.
containing it though. They were on a high contain level. They shut shit
got
down.
caught lying about their containment of it for multiple times. They got caught lying about their containment.
That's crazy.
They were saying that they had it in control, but they didn't.
Facts. Multiple times.
I don't know, man.
Yeah, it happened.
How is things like Donald Trump getting rid of OSHA, like trying to get rid of that, and what else was he trying to get rid of? He said he was getting rid of something else. He got rid of the whole DEI thing.
You
and
can
all that.
Getting rid of OSHA is
you can find
lawsuits.
faults. You can find.
He's basically
faults
getting rid of
everywhere.
people.
I want to know the goods.
like what's good about it?
Yeah,
It's the same thing about like if you were at a job, right? And
if you own the company.
I'm
And your
telling
employee
you,
gets hurt.
exactly.
I'm
You
telling
don't
you,
gotta.
he's
Your employee
trying
gets
to
hurt. You don't gotta
he's
pay for their
basic-
insurance.
Yeah,
Exactly.
exactly. He's basically getting rid of.
there's
him
always
paying
there's
for
always a good and a bad. It just
lawsuits.
depends
Like,
on what side of the
getting rid of the
coin
lawsuits.
you're
It's
on.
it's crazy that they didn't want a person that came from being around actual people, like to know what people actually need instead
Right.
of what businessmen need.
I think it's obvious that this campaign is for the rich and by the rich, and that's it. Elon Musk is on stage doing Nazi salutes. I won't.
Gotta get
we're
rich.
gonna say it at least 3 more times this episode. This guy was
Yeah.
literally on there, and if you don't think it was a Nazi salute, I want to tell you personally, go to your workplace and do what he did.
Do it, yeah.
If you don't think it was a Nazi salute, go to your workplace, go on camera, put it on the internet, do what he did.
Facts. Yeah,
It's different.
them boys they're out of control, but it is what it is. We're gonna have to just let these 4 years rock. Let a bunch of rich people get filthy rich and try to be different on the next one, which is I feel like it's inevitable. I don't think that people are gonna vote for JD Vance.
They're gonna make a dope ass wave of fucking Democrats that care, and that's all they're doing. It's all
Yeah.
that's all that anyone ever did. You know
I
what
think
mean?
that they just had to let that rock. Like Donald Trump's kind of digging the Republican Party's grave, not his own grave. He's digging the Republican Party's grave because he's
Yeah.
turning people off. I did talk to people that are still with it, and I talk unbiasedly. Like I just ask questions. I don't give my opinion or nothing. Like I just be wanting to hear what they say, and they said, "Yep, Trumpy's just fixing." They say Trumpy, Trumpy's just fixing things, man. We had all these people here. They was coming to the country. They was getting money immediately as soon as they came into the country. I don't have any money. I work with you. You know I'm broke. Like he kind of came at me a little bit, but I'm not broke, bro. I know how to save. But yeah, like he was just saying a lot of things. He was getting off, and I felt him like
They
you-
told Trump told the Venezuelans in Florida that if you're documented, they're not gonna touch you.
Bro,
And then they deported 300,000 of them to the fact where they have the Venezuelan leaders of their communities crying basically on stage talking about they lied to us, they used us. Like yeah, they did, and they're gonna keep on doing it.
I thought they just had like a little negotiation about sending prisoners to Venezuela.
sending Americans to no, that was at
Venezuela.
Guantanamo Bay.
Guantanamo Bay.
That's in Venezuela.
No.
Yeah, they want to send Americans to Guantanamo Bay. Imagine one of your family members got sent to Guantanamo Bay. Like, what the hell type? Seriously, let it rock, dog. Let it rock. Do what you got to do. But when this whole campaign comes and people start investigating things and a whole nother team gets in there, like, yo, we want to actually look into what they was actually doing and start finding traces of y'all funneling money to yourselves and into crypto and all that stuff and to benefit your own pockets. You're going to do a lot of time. And they're going to be like, yo, Trump and Elon, spend that time in Guantanamo Bay with the other people because you just committed one of the worst crimes. And what's the worst crime in America that you can do in America? What is like treason or something like that?
He'd have to
terrorism,
he'd have to sell the information. That's about it. He had to sell some information.
With Elon Musk and them digging into our social security information.
I think we're already sold. Yeah, Elon Musk is on record backing alt-right political movements all across Europe and other places.
Yeah,
it's nothing new here. There's a German uprising right now as we speak of alt-right, and alt-right in Germany is history repeating itself. Fucking Italy reaching out to China to see if they're still friends is history repeating themselves. Us having the leader that we have is history repeating itself.
My thing with everything that's going on is, all right, we're burning bridges for one. We're stopping our connections with allies, but we think that we're going to solely go to war with another country. Isn't our strength our allies? You think that we can go to war with 4 different countries together and win? You think that we can beat China and Mexico together?
No,
it's not. I don't think it's gonna come down to that. What it's gonna come down to is the Middle East, because they're the world's punching bag at the moment.
Yeah,
it's gonna come down to either that or Eastern Europe. It's gonna come down to that Ukraine area, or it's gonna come down to Iran and Israel. Israel is not fucking with Iran, and they want us to go to war for them. And they've been.
I feel like we try to get in too many wars.
Right now we're trying to actually get in the wars.
It looks like we're trying.
We be trying to go. We be trying to be Captain America.
It's looking like, seriously, I think that if a war did come about, I think that this is going to be that time that it happens on American soil. I think they're going to be like, yo, we ain't messing up our countries. We're going to mess up y'all for once or something.
That'd be bad.
Well, that's not what we want, because that's not a foot soldier war. You're not gonna just it's gonna be just air raiding,
like a strike
bombing,
first type
strikes,
drone.
all kinds of strikes.
Nah, I don't want that at all. Like,
That's
I don't
not
want
what
any
we
war,
want.
period.
That's not what we
But
want.
it's looking like that's what's coming.
Yeah,
they're gonna have to know. They're gonna have
it's
to
gonna
strike
be hopeless
first.
for you. You're gonna be thinking like, okay, war comes to America. I gotta go get my guns. Gotta go do my. You ain't nobody
there
to
ain't
shoot.
no man
you can shoot a
getting
drone.
dropped there.
Yeah.
Underground, you gonna need a bunker.
I see all my war ready friends who's got ARs and all these things. I'm just like, who you think you're gonna really be shooting?
Yeah,
Like,
who you gonna war with?
There's gonna be a drone.
Cool story, bro.
Yeah.
Like,
But yes, I do want to go to the range. Let's go.
Yeah, it sounds like a good idea, I guess. I don't know.
Knowing how to shoot's beneficial.
Yeah, but we just got to see what's about to come. We can't do anything about anything that's going on.
No, we're in the find out portion. We did the fuck around. Now we're gonna find out.
Why can't? Is it possible that America can go down like the Roman Empire type stuff? Can that happen in 2025? Like, the whole empire can go down? Like, you think that the people can? I mean,
I thought that we were more united than we are, obviously.
Well, we're not.
Other countries, though, are starting to see us as states, too, now. They're saying, all right, we're not going to import any goods from red states.
Yeah,
we're going to import the goods from the... And so that makes me nervous, because if other countries start breaking this up into states and shit like that, then it's real easy for us to look at it and say, okay, let's do that, too.
How does that affect us badly, though?
We're going to go back to colonies.
It affects us badly because we have a whole group of low cognitive thinkers in Florida and Texas with all the guns.
They're going to go back to colonies,
Oh, you think they're going to go to war with us?
In a heartbeat.
We're going to go back to colonies.
I think
bring back the colonies.
Most definitely Texas will feel disrespected by somebody somewhere.
Texas going to become their own colony.
But we're going to have allies. The red states ain't going to have no allies.
The red states will most definitely have allies in China and Russia and
why would they be with the red states? That's who they're beefing with right now. Literally to this day, Mexico's beefing with them.
China is happy that Trump is in power. Russia is happy that Trump is in power. Trump is in power, and that's beneficial because we stopped giving aid to Ukraine. Ukraine's in a war with Russia right now. We stopped giving aid to them. China's happy with us right now because there's a whole bunch of dictators that they prop up that we now Donald Trump fucks with.
Yeah.
And wants to work with.
I heard that what I heard is I heard Ukraine was low key smacking Russia this whole time.
Low key, they're fighting back.
I heard they was like smacking them though, like more
they're
people
fighting back. But if you think of war as a business, instead of just you really trying to conquer land, you just want that war to last long. You just make it more metal, more guns, more ammo, more this, more that.
How you gonna fund that though? What if you run out of money?
That's what I'm saying. The warmongering people who get all the money from the war, will get their money from whoever, the United States or whoever, on both sides.
Yeah. So I don't know why does that affect us so much? I don't want to stay on it too deep, but why does their war affect us so much? Like,
because we always poking our nose in it.
Yeah. So we can like gracefully bow out of this situation.
we feel like if the world was left to its own devices, it would blow up all around us and we'd have an issue. So we feel like we got to keep our hand in the mix to keep everything kind
I
of.
feel like every president put their hand in the mix of a war
And we
that they don't need
embassy
to.
in your country, in your country,
Right.
in your country.
It's all
Right.
ultimately got to come down to money, though, right? That's what it has to come down to.
Pretty
We want a share of what you got.
If I was gonna go and listen to things, everything would be that was basically America wanted something somebody else had. They didn't want to just give it up, so they went and took it. You got some lithium over there, let us have it. No, pay us for it. We don't want to pay you for it. We've been doing stuff for you for mad long. Matter of fact, give me
how
that.
the country started.
Give me that lithium,
Give
and
me
we're gonna
that.
put an embassy in here.
Give me that land. It's all mine.
This is India. Y'all are Indian. Wait, what?
What they said that the Indians, what was they saying? Something Hindus, I think it was the Hindus. They was talking and it sounded like they were saying Hindu or like their accent or something. So America just started calling them Hindus, and they wasn't really that. It was like one of those type of
Indians or Native Americans were Columbus thought he was coming to India. He thought he was sailing to India.
Yeah.
So that's why Indians are called Indians.
I wonder what they called themselves, because I know they wasn't calling themselves Native Americans.
Yeah, they weren't calling.
Why they even rocking with that name?
They were like Cherokee and all these
Yeah,
other
they have
things.
these 12 tribes. You know, all their tribes, Cherokees and all that.
Yeah, they was just chilling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
I was just trying to figure out where they came from.
You don't never name yourself as a group of people though. You know, other people name other groups of people. You know, like
like where the Spaniards come from.
Yeah, like Mexicans don't say, "Oh, we're Mexicans." Mexicans will be like, "Oh, I'm from here," or "I'm this," or "I'm that." You know what I mean? Like people from Barcelona, for example, consider themselves Catalonian.
They say that.
People from New York don't go around being like, "I'm an American." Like, no, I'm a New Yorker.
Yeah, New Yorkers say they're New Yorkers. They don't say American.
Yeah,
I never said Pennsylvanian though.
Yeah, nah, I ain't never say that.
I don't even think
honestly.
I've ever said.
I don't even
I'm
think
from
I ever
PA.
said I was American.
I don't say that
America.
shit either.
I usually just say I'm black. But, but I wonder if that was picked for us or we picked that.
Yeah, I think names are always picked for you from the time you're a baby till whenever.
We chose to be black.
Names are always picked for
We
you.
as Negroes,
Put on you.
hard R's. And we've been black people for mad long. Then they switched us to African American. But lately, we've been called the blacks.
The blacks.
That's a little bit offensive.
I fucking hate the blacks.
I do not like the blacks.
Don't take that out of context.
Yeah.
I hate that people are calling
Unless
people the blacks.
We've been
That's
the blacks
fucking
for the
crazy.
past year. Like,
I hate
Bro,
that.
so
what
It's been
about
a
the
little
blacks?
While. Yeah, it's been a little while.
That's new to me. Every time somebody says that, I
I
know
don't fuck with that.
a lot of them probably don't mean no harm, but you're calling us the blacks, and what can we call y'all? Like, what the hell?
That shit don't make
Bro,
no
it's
sense.
How we
Who
become a
accepted
gang? And if we're gonna be a gang called the blacks, we most definitely got to get together a little bit more. What? We're gonna just be out here beefing and eating Popeye's chicken with Don Julio
Oh,
and
goodness.
celebrating.
I haven't had it. Have you had it? You had
Nah, I
it.
ain't
Oh,
had
no,
it.
you didn't have it?
Yeah, you didn't.
I thought you
Nah.
said
I don't even know if it's still available.
It was only available for a day.
Only one day,
Yeah.
and that many people had it and celebrated. So they wasn't trying to get enough people. They was just trying to get a few people.
Yeah.
it was a viral type of thing.
Yeah, just to go off like
Maybe.
Popeye Don chicken and liquor.
I don't know. I just had Don Julio for the first time the other day.
I can't personally. Don Julio's mad strong, but personally, I couldn't get offended by it. I don't know if they wanted me to be offended by it or wanted to move me. I just thought it was a little funny.
Nah, yeah.
Yeah,
Black people love fried chicken and Don Julio. And you got it, buddy.
Damn.
You got it.
That's crazy. I didn't even.
Great
think of-
marketing plan. Great marketing plan. One
I just
day,
thought it was like the
it's
same
only
thing if
one day for
Cardi B and
sale,
Burger King.
and you getting Julio and chicken.
Don Julio and chicken.
That shit
I mean, that's-
probably even
that's,
tastes
you
good
know,
for real.
It's promoting a good. You know, if you're gonna drink, make sure you do it. You know, after you ate.
Some Popeye's chicken.
Yeah.
Some fried chicken. And people was running with the conspiracy that, oh, this is they clone Tyrone playing out. But if it was only for one day, we already seen that situation when Popeye's chicken. No, what was it? It was Popeyes that released the chicken sandwich, ain't?
Yeah.
Yeah, but that joint was running
Oh,
for
now-
a minute though.
Now I'm rocking with them with that narrative. I forgot Popeyes did it. I was thinking of like
Yeah.
KFC or
Nah,
Bojangles
Popeyes
dropped the
did
chicken
it.
sandwich.
Nah, Popeyes ran with that chicken.
Popeyes dropped the chicken sandwich.
And that chicken sandwich was regular.
That thing was huge. That chicken sandwich was huge.
Seriously, I'm not the biggest chicken sandwich guy, but if I am going to get a chicken sandwich, I'd probably just rock with Popeyes. I don't think it was
joint
bad.
crazy.
I mean, give me a chicken sandwich with a pickle on it.
Yeah, no, Popeyes ain't bad at all.
Yo.
Oh shit.
I don't know, but yeah, that ain't really nothing too big that they going. I think that it's what the way that they're pushing it. They're trying to bait us to get all hype and mad about it, and we're just like, it is what it is.
Yeah,
man.
like it's like again, you didn't see that bull doing a Hitler salute. We got a lot other things to worry
They're
about.
trying to distract us. Ain't they?
Got
Trying
a lot
to
of
make
other
us.
things to worry about right now.
Ha 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 ha! You
Y'all
thought you
keep trying
got
to sweep
one.
that Hitler salute under the rug. I'm gonna make you really think about it.
Like he did this.
Don't
This
do that
guy
shit at
trying to
work.
sell you Popeye's chicken. But what other thing? And even so, back to that same narrative, Central C is saying that he started the Nike Tech movement. That's in the same realm of that. Like, just some people trying to get you hyped up.
Irrelevant, yeah. Irrelevant.
Like, even when the New York boys were showing them, like, proving them wrong, like, yo, bro, when did you start wearing this? Like, I've been wearing this since I was 9, 10, 11, the green one, the gray one, the red one, the blue one. Like,
Right.
we had all of them. And Central C was like, yeah, nah, but you really got that from us, man. Like, he was standing down on it.
Mm.
He's trying to create his own little history.
Yeah,
A
I don't
history of
know.
events.
I don't even know the timeline on Nike Tech's.
Nah, New York's got their own timeline and thing. I found out about the Nike boots from Charles Hamilton.
If I first started finding out about Nike Techs in, let's say 2012 is when I first started hearing people talk about Nike Techs and seeing people out here wearing them, I could only assume that New York probably had it 3 years before.
I never had one.
You never had one? I
Never had a
Nah, I
Nike
copped the Nike Tech top joint once, and somebody accidentally bumped into me with a cigarette in my back. Only got to wear it once.
Crazy.
Got a hole in it, and didn't tell me. I didn't notice until I got home from the village. Like, I got a cigarette hole in the back of my Tech, and that's when you call it a Tech. Like, yeah, I got the Tech on, boy. Yeah, I ain't taking off the Tech.
Right. Nah.
Yeah, but where I want to go, we ain't gonna get into them rage baiting topics though. But did you listen to Miles Bridges trying to diss the NBA?
I like the first line. Kobe better than Jordan.
Yeah, he
That's a
started.
fact.
He started off.
He started out. I'm sorry though. I feel like he wasn't dissing the NBA. I just feel like he was. Man.
I think he meant to be a diss. If you felt it wasn't a diss, he might be offended.
Oh, my fault, Miles.
Yeah.
It was like when 50 was dissing the rap game. I honestly didn't think it was a diss. I thought it was just to get attention.
oh, like how to rob.
Yeah, how to rob.
If we're talking about, yeah, right.
How to rob
Yeah,
was to get attention.
Or
He wanted attention.
Or
True.
Biggie when he was like, "Have you ever fucked the R&B bitch?"
Yeah.
Same
That,
shit.
that good attention. That a good attention getter.
Yeah.
Miles been balling too. Shout out to Miles.
It's good to drop something like that when you're doing good in the game,
I'm
so you don't
only
seem like a
listening-
hater.
I'm only
Right.
listening to Jello though. If we're talking about basketball rappers,
I think
right now.
Miles linked up with Neon and played his song because he thought he was gonna go viral
Yeah,
like
right,
Jello.
Yeah, for
he was
sure.
like, "That's the formula."
For sure. For sure. I heard
Swerve
Lil
on
Wayne
some-
hopping on that joint.
I seen that Lil Wayne was gonna drop on the Tweaker remix.
No,
Yeah.
that joint gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it is gonna be
Drop
crazy.
on there.
I'm ready for. But you heard the song at the end of Tweaker, right?
Mm-hmm.
That joint's about to do numbers. I think that's the reason Def Jam really signed him. Like, we want that second song
You don't,
that you pre
I don't think you signed an artist off of one song. I think you got.
Nah, he got signed off of one
artist-
song.
Nah,
Well, no, I'm
honestly,
saying
they say that's how it is now. They said if you go
you go off of
viral,
one song, right?
if you go
Yeah, shit.
viral
I think
and
I
you
think
really go viral to do numbers,
a label
they said
should
it's
ask
around-
you what else you got.
they said it's around 3 to 4 million. If that right off that
Yeah.
viral track, long as it's getting that traction that it need, 3 to 4 million off that first
I'm
one.
1000% sure that they're taking a A&R approach with LaMelo Ball. They're going to develop him as an artist, and they might even get some writers to help him with his verses.
For sure.
LaMelo.
I mean, I'm Leangelo
Yeah,
Ball,
yeah,
G3.
for sure.
Yeah, I think that they're going to invest a lot into him. He got something good going for him, and you can run with that momentum like the one he got because it
It's
seems
all about
authentic.
it's all about social media power right now.
Different
And if you're-
music going back to the old style.
If you're going back to lyrical rap, you might as well have the party music actually be party music. Like he's
Yeah.
talking about throwing it back and all that cool stuff instead of shooting people in the party.
That and then at the same part, like older people listening to it, like, damn, all right, this
This
sound
remind
like
me of Nelly.
yeah,
we gotta
this
stop
sound like
saying
the
Nelly.
old
Damn.
shit. This is like
This
Lil
remind me
Wayne.
of 05, big timers and
Yeah,
stuff. You know what I
like-
mean? Cash money.
Juvenile.
This sound like Baby in them. It definitely sound like Juvenile though. I ain't gonna hold you. That joint
Yeah.
definitely sound like some Juvenile.
I like that. I like if if this is the direction that hip hop is going in, not to go back to hip hop, but if that's the direction that is going in, I'm all for that.
No, I don't think it is. I think it's going in the Doechii direction.
Those are one and the same though. You have the lyrical stuff, and then you have to balance it out with the party stuff. But the party stuff ain't about shooting people in the party. It's actually about partying.
Yeah, I like that. Like you're saying, we start with that kind of music, then we go to like dehumanizing black people and shooting up the party and doing all this, and then we're coming back toward like vibing out and chilling.
Yeah, people just trying to have fun. Like people like you've seen so much of this aggressive and being afraid of each other and showing people stuff that you're just going back to. We just want fun vibes. And if they're saying that hip hop is what influences the culture, we're just going to get that filth out of here. I'm all for gang banging rap to be done. I care not for it. That's serious. I think the stuff is stupid. I can't even listen to it, and it makes me sound like an old head when I say that, and I'm not. Like I just think that shit suck. I mean, I don't know, but that's just me.
Yeah.
The NBA shooken up though. They did a whole lot of random trades. I mean, Luka Doncic to the Lakers. I mean, Jimmy Butler to the Warriors. What else did we get out of that? The biggest one to me personally is Brandon Ingram to the Raptors because he that bull.
Kyle Kuzma to the Bucks.
Kyle Kuzma to the Bucks is crazy, low key.
I think one of the most underrated has got to be De'Aaron Fox to the Spurs.
De'Aaron to the Spurs.
Wemby needed that bad.
That boy came out had 13 assists.
De'Aaron Fox is running the 2.
No, he running the 1
point, and he had
Chris Paul
15 points and
he's
over
off
10
the bench.
assists.
I would like to see them out there together.
Nah. He run the bench. Stephon Castle.
Yeah, he said he wants to play with him.
Fox said, I ain't want him to get traded. I needed him here.
I think that
Young
was
boy tough.
I think it was a political approach. Seriously,
Young boy tough,
just trying
though.
to sound like he didn't want to say like, yeah, I'm mad I hate to play with Wemby. He just wants, man, Stephon Castle for that ball, man. That's like people that used to say Stephon Marbury. No, who was it that used to say not Stephon Marbury? They used to say, we used to play with AI. Jerry Stackhouse. They used to be like, Jerry Stackhouse is really running that team.
Stackhouse used to be that ball.
It's literally like that. That's what De'Aaron Fox is doing. I mean, Michael Jordan wasn't the best. They wouldn't have been nothing without Pippen. I mean, that's what De'Aaron Fox was doing.
Yeah,
he ain't want to glaze. Yeah. He ain't want to glaze Wemby publicly. He's ecstatic to play at Wemby. He knows that his assist is going to go up or whatever. He's going to be having the time of his life.
It is. Hey, he's young boys.
But back to the Luka Doncic to the Lakers though.
Mm-hmm.
I think Luka Doncic low key looks happy about it.
I see the Lakers moving on to the future. They know LeBron is coming to the end, so the point is to get something big in return. Anthony Davis, 31 years old at the same time, so trading him was like no big deal for them.
Make it happen.
Just make it happen.
Yeah.
You getting a 25-year-old that can average a triple-double and won to the Western Conference last year. And the thing I hate about was the Mavs putting that narrative about his weight.
Being 270, bad conditioning.
Trying to run. He 270, but he's averaging damn near triple-double and took y'all to the finals. Come on, man.
And he don't look 270.
No, he don't. He don't.
What they say, he got a drinking problem, though. They said he got to contain his alcoholism.
Hey, man.
They tried, and I don't know. Mark Cuban doesn't have anything to do with that decision. Jason Kidd didn't have anything to do with that decision. He looked pissed off.
He looked mad.
The dude was sitting there talking like, "Yeah, me and Jason Kidd, like, I don't really gotta talk to him about things. I just know that we're on the same page. So when I make a decision, I know that he has the same mindset.
He got no other choice. This is my job. I know if I don't agree with you, then I'm out the door with you."
Jason Kidd looked vexed. He looked like he went to choke ball out for that.
That's a bad joint. That's a great trade, though.
You had a good thing going with Kyrie and Luka.
Yeah, but I just feel like this is two in the same. Just like him going to the Lakers, like him and Bron is one in the same.
Well, how though? Like, are you saying like the point guard thing? Like LeBron's a point forward, Luka,
the same exact players.
LeBron can be a point guard though.
They're the same exact players. If you look at their game, they're the same exact players.
Yeah, you're right. I think
Luka just shoots the three way better.
Where you think LeBron's going next? Back to Cleveland? He's not staying there.
I think he retires a Laker. If he don't, he might go play with Steph.
With Steph, just get a year or two in with Steph.
Yeah, I think like that's the last thing on his list. Honestly, on his bucket list,
what's
everything they're doing in the NBA would just be like, all right, let's take this 1 year and be like, yeah, let's.
Is that gonna be like a Scottie Pippen on a Portland Trailblazers type situation?
But do you look how old is the Golden State just made themselves, bro? Steph turning 37.
Steph is turning 37.
Yes, he's turning 37.
Yo,
bro.
I didn't even know he was that old.
Jimmy Butler's turning 35.
Yeah.
And I think Draymond's turning 36 or 37. Like, they old as shit.
So if LeBron comes and y'all get spanked by a bunch of damn near 40-year-olds, the NBA has a problem.
Thunders.
People going to go back to fundamentals after that.
Thunders in 4 if them niggas get together.
And you know,
they go run them niggas in the dirt.
you know, if LeBron goes to Golden State, he got to find one of his old friends to bring with him. He always brings one of his old friends that he's like, yo, this guy needs a championship.
I'm like, all right, let's bring Chris
Paul.
back.
Yeah.
Let's bring Chris Paul back.
Yeah, bring Chris Paul
do
back.
it.
We got to make it happen. Paul got to get a chip. We can't leave him out to dry.
That shit'll be horrible. OKC that real deal though, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
Everybody's saying OKC got it.
I just think they just ain't got like that maturity yet. They had 1 year getting there. I feel like they matured a little bit, but like one more year, if they make it all the way there, like get into the finals and then lose, then they really know what it take. Like, you know what I mean? Knows what it take. But they end up. What you think out the West? Who gonna get there?
Yeah.
I think it's out of them or the Nuggets, or I think Timberwolves can get back.
The Timberwolves?
I think the Timberwolves can get back.
Them Nuggets be looking dangerous sometimes.
My money's always on the Nuggets. As long as Jokic is out
Jokic out there, it just makes a difference on the floor, bro. I don't give a fuck who you can put around him. That man's gonna still make any player look good.
Nuggets versus who's going out the East?
East? You got Boston or Cleveland. There ain't nothing better than them two teams.
Boston and
East.
Cleveland?
I think Philly's prepared to make a run in the playoffs.
Nah. They gotta have a center that can play every game.
Philly's done.
I think that's.
I'm
the
sorry to
reason
say
they-
it. Philly's done. It's time.
They gotta get rid of Embiid.
Embiid,
That's the only thing that
it's time
that makes
for a
sense.
reset. Build around don't not necessarily say build around Tyrese Maxey, but get rid of a lot of those guys.
No,
Keep
you're gonna get
Tyrese
a lot.
Maxey.
You right. Build around Maxey.
Yeah,
You're
like-
right about what you said. Build around Maxey.
They gotta
because
do
everything else is
It's
dumb.
not working. You got to get Embiid while you can get something for him. You can get a different type of big man. Your culture shot.
I think like what I think about Embiid's career and how it happened. Them playing him while he was injured really killed his career. Now he will never play a full season of basketball. Just like how, what was his name? The coach for the Commanders, not the Commanders. When they was called the Redskins, Mike Shanahan or what the hell was his name? What was the
RG3 situation?
RG3 situation?
Yeah.
They had him out there playing on a bad
Kyle.
leg.
That's Kyle Shanahan.
Kyle Shanahan.
Kyle.
Inside of a bad brace.
Yeah.
He's balling. He's getting hit. You messed up his career.
You
man.
did.
His career was done.
But the Sixers patiently waited for Embiid though.
But they still made him go out there and play on one leg.
Yeah.
Last year he was out there playing for no reason. There was no reason. If you knew you're not going to get a championship, you knew it already.
Force that guy out there.
Force him out there to play on a bad leg.
And
bro.
your team's in shambles.
And shambles. That's probably right. That's probably why the league was like, "Hun, here's MVP, bro. You came out here, on one leg, hobbling. You did everything because he was killing.
Nice.
Yeah.
He was killing. He was averaging 30 within the first 3 quarters, the first 25 games of the season. You like, damn, oh shit.
Yeah.
But then you playing him with a whole injured leg. Like, y'all just ruined his career. That shit over. You got to rebuild on it. And Paul George is not Paul George. That's a different player. That's a different player, man.
It's what these teams are doing. Like it's the boomer theory. Like some people just don't want to move out of the way, right? They just feel like they still got it. They feel they're still thriving in the workplace, or they have a goal.
That's controversy with the All-Star game too. Why is Steph Curry an All-Star this year?
Is LaMelo Ball an All-Star?
Why is LaMelo Ball not an All-Star this year?
He's not an All-Star at all.
No. Why is Tyrese Maxey not an All-Star?
Is Cade Cunningham?
He's an All-Star. He's an All-Star.
Or at least they put some respect.
He
on
was
him.
supposed to be there.
Yeah.
He's supposed
That's
to be
what I'm saying.
there.
They put some respect
But
on
why
him.
is Dame Lillard an All-Star?
Because the fans.
Exactly.
But-
But let's base this shit on
Is that what the
who's
fans are
balling.
really? Is that what the fans are really picking? If you're
They're
watching
still
basketball,
picking
you're
the
not
old
picking Dame Lillard.
guys. They're
It's
still
somebody
picking
else.
the old guys.
It's somebody
bro.
else picking.
I think it's fans that are just like not the fans that are tuning in. You know what I mean? I think there's a good percentage of people voting that don't watch basketball.
Did you vote?
No, I ain't
Who
vote.
gets the vote?
You can.
Everybody can vote.
And you vote for the All-Star
But
game.
it goes through
just
coaches,
like the NFL.com.
Coaches vote.
Vote for the NFL Pro
Everything.
Bowl.
They gotta fix that. That shit gotta be stat based. It has to be stat based. You can't be voting for that.
I'm just trying to figure out why it's
Did
Steph
you know?
there.
Did you know 20% of the vote for Super Bowl and MVP, NFL Super Bowl MVP, 20% of the vote is from the fans? Go on NFL.com on the fourth quarter. From the fourth quarter on, you could start voting for who won Super Bowl MVP.
Can they
And
type
then-
stuff in?
I mean, that kind of makes sense
Nah, they
though,
give
because
you
you
a
know,
portion of
because
people.
you pretty going.
Let's say
a lot of that shit be going off the player. Of the
But let's
game.
say all of us vote.
The player of the
all of
game?
us
a lot of them go off the player of the game that pretty much been consistent that whole
during
game.
that game, right? Well, here's my thing. Let's all vote, or let's all put a bet in that Travis Kelce wins Super Bowl MVP, and then get a bunch of people to vote for it when the fourth quarter. Let's
No, they
get our
voted during the
odds up.
game.
You vote during the fourth quarter.
Pat Mahomes getting Super Bowl MVP.
If he throws more than one touchdown, if he throws one touchdown to Travis Kelce, if Travis Kelce has 8 catches for 110 yards and a touchdown, and Mahomes barely beats the Eagles and he only threw one touchdown,
Let's put a bag
Kelsey
on.
could get it.
Let's put a bag on Pat Mahomes 2 rushing touchdowns.
Y'all sound crazy. I'm an Eagles fan. I ain't talking that with y'all.
Pat 2 rushing touchdowns.
No way. No way, Pat.
Nah,
You get out that box
It's
and
tough
you
for me.
run. You
I
know
think-
what's coming for you, my boy.
I think the Chiefs are going to win the Super Bowl, but I don't want them to. And again, it's hard for me not to be political right now, but I'm pretty sure that their ownership fucks with Donald Trump, and I'm pretty sure that Patrick Mahomes' girl is a Donald Trump supporter. And I know that the last time the Eagles won the Super Bowl, they said, "No, thank you, Mr. Trump. I'm not coming to the White House."
Who said that?
The Eagles.
Oh,
as
yeah?
as an entire team, they denied going to the White House.
You seen Trump's
That
going
was
to the
fire.
Super Bowl. You going to the Super Bowl and they removed the end racism thing from the
They did remove the end racism.
They
First
asked-
time since 2021.
They changed it
Wow.
to something else, like United We Stand or something like that.
No, there was a couple different end zones that had it though. There's a couple different sayings inside the end zone.
Yeah.
I seen a
Yeah,
couple
throughout
fields.
different stadiums. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
they
I
said
seen it in
since
different
2021, it's always been end racism in the Super Bowl. They're
Yeah, but they,
changing it now.
but they just removed it right now.
DEI, man. You know that's why them planes are crashing.
Can't let
'cause of
them
black people.
DEIs, man.
Crazy.
That's actually very, very sad.
Super sad.
But we don't really. Oh yeah, the boy from Philly. We gotta chop on this. You seen the boys fit though? The boxing boy, Stephen Fulton.
He had the jorts on.
He representing that. I thought it was fire, and the fact that he won
Yeah.
Yep.
I thought that shit was fire
caught the
too.
dub.
Yep. If I'd have saw him come out in that outfit, I'd have put all my money on him. Oh, you can't get beat up in that outfit.
Like that's a different level of confidence.
yeah, you can't get
Came
beat up
out
in that
with the
outfit.
butter.
Yeah.
He's most
Yeah.
definitely getting a Timberland deal.
For sure.
Yeah.
Should. Motherfucking, what's the other one? What's the old one that we used the Lugs?
Columbia.
Lugs. He needs a Lugs deal.
He better not.
That was it, right?
Bird
I'd rather
bags,
see him rock some
Lugs.
Colorado boots or something.
He out there in the bird bags.
Birdman, daddy. Yeah, his career is off after
Remember when
that.
people used to rock the Nike boots, the Nike, what do they call it? ACH or something?
ACGs.
Yeah, ACGs, yeah.
I think Wale made me want a pair.
That's Wale shit.
Yeah. Once Wale made that Nike boots, even though I wasn't the biggest fan of the song, it made me want some Nike
Philly
boots.
definitely did take that shit though and
Philly?
ran with it.
Yeah.
The ACGs, yeah.
Philly's good for that.
They took the shit out.
And then
of
they
that.
convince you that they started it.
Philly's having a time of their life right now.
Yeah, Philly, it's time for Philly
I've heard Go Birds more now than I've ever heard, I think.
It's time for
Mhm.
Philly to make a comeback, though. Philly needs to rise up. Like, what's up with Philly? Why ain't they doing anything? They ain't making no noise outside of the Eagles.
Need something different.
They need something different. They don't got no rappers, no popping singers.
They got the boy, Kensington King.
Oh, Skrilla.
Yeah.
He came out with the boy Stephen Fulton. He walked him
Right,
out.
right,
yeah.
right.
Skrilla, my guy. I
Skrilla's
fuck
making
with
moves.
Skrilla.
I think he's the best thing smoking out there right now,
Yeah.
basically.
Now you can't tell them. You can. I was just in a
Nah,
detention
I fuck
center
with-
in Philly.
I
and
fuck
then
with
they-
Berg
they
Street
say they got
Osama
rappers.
too.
Who?
Berg Street Osama. I
Yeah,
fuck with him.
I gotta check him out.
Yeah, I was gonna
yeah.
say the young boys in Philly would disagree with you that there's no rappers out there right now.
Yeah,
I
there's-
can't.
there's
I
a
don't like.
couple.
I don't like that type of music. I don't like that. That murder rap.
Oh yeah. Nah, Berg Street be talking about getting bitches.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I can listen to
money.
some Boston Richie type rap. Like I
Yeah.
can do that. I'm
fuck
not
with
really big on that. Running to the party and shoot people up, and I mean you could talk about some bread though. That's why Boss Man D.
I still be listening to Friday.
Friday,
Yeah.
the singer.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I fuck with him.
yeah.
They
I
ain't
don't
really,
think
honestly like rap. I ain't really.
there ain't no
Philly.
road. If it
All the young boys listen to what's your man name? Fuck his name is light skinned boy, the young boy with the braids.
OT7.
OT.
I didn't know. I didn't know people was actually really listening to him.
The young boys listen to him.
They listen to Heavy.
Every time I'll be picking up the little AAU team, the young boys be like, "Yo, put that OT7 on." What?
I mean, if he's winning, he's winning. I guess, man. We gonna just let it work.
Sure, young boys want to listen to OT7 Kwani.
Every time though.
OT7 Kwani.
Don't you get tired of OT7 Kwani? He didn't even use
Right.
that much words. He used like 6 words. In
What
all 12
happened
of
to
these
Quilly?
songs.
Quilly, what's up, man? What happened to you, my boy?
Quilly been through too much, and he probably looks like a washed up old head to a lot of people.
Quill still talking crazy.
He had bars. He's earlier in life I said that Quilly Mills was like the best in Philly, like he's better than me, but I take that back.
Quilly had bars.
He had bars, but that's about it. I can actually seriously, it's just a bunch of old Meek Mill music.
Quilly had bars.
He still makes old Meek Mill music. He makes Meek Mill Flamers music.
Meek Mill is that Philly. That's that Philly sound.
Meek Mill is Philly.
Oh, Hattie was with Philly before me.
And Hattie even started trying to take Meek Mill sound.
$3.
Remember, I got swag, I got flavor. I be selling bricks to my next door neighbor. I'm a D boy in my D shoes. Yeah,
Nah, I used to love Hattie on different beats though. On other people's beats, he used to
Yeah.
fuck other people's beats up.
yeah. Nah, Jihad was fire.
used to
Jihad was my
fuck other
favorite. When I
people's
first
beats
got
up.
into the Philly YouTube era, Joey Jihad was my favorite
He was
one.
there. He was the first video you seen
He was
on
the
there.
first one,
It's
yeah.
obvious. It's not even that one. He was spitting, God, what you fiend for? God, what you lean for? Wireless on the block, got it locked like a screen door.
Yeah.
What he look like? Something like a Morion, something like Luda. Like he was killing it. And he had like the whole what was it? Go Getters, right? He had the Go Getters
Yeah.
movement. Jihad was different, yo.
He had a bag on.
But once Meek Mill made In My Bag,
In my bag, yeah, that John set
it
shit
made
on fire.
life hard. It made life hard for a Philly artist. Like
Yeah,
he
that
upped the
joint
bar. They're playing this in every single Philly club, and this is a guy we was just
Once
all
he-
rap battling
Once he
with.
made that, I feel like every Philly old head that was rapping started getting with me. Like yo, Oskino start hitting with him. Christian Eve start hitting with him. Everybody start
Yeah.
getting with him. You like, oh, now everybody on the mixtape with
Was
me.
he dropping mad songs? He was dropping mad songs with all of them.
He had a couple Jones with Oskino. He had Jones with like Cheek Raw. There was a couple niggas on different mixtapes,
I
bro.
miss those days, yo. That
There was
Philly,
a couple niggas
I don't
on
get-
different mixtapes.
I don't get how you make a wave like that, have a whole wave like that. Everybody was tapped into Philly YouTube freestyle battles and everything, and all you got out of that was Meek Mill.
That's local.
That's crazy.
We were locally.
But
all
then you remember
tapped in.
some niggas tried to sign. Reed tried to sign.
He signed way too early.
Who else tried to sign? What's the name that signed to Black Wall Street?
Oh, Cicero. And Cicero
tried
was
to
fire.
sign.
Cicero was fire.
Niggas got jerked for real.
Yeah, they all got robbed for their bags.
Y'all got jerked for real. The
Damn.
only real I feel like Chris and Neef really only the real
And that-
Meek, Chris and Neef.
Is that before the YouTube wave though, Chris?
Christian,
and
yeah,
Neef?
they
that's
definitely
before
is.
that. State Property and all that was before that.
Yeah,
Do you
yeah.
think that the Philly YouTube had a bigger impact than State Property? Like Philly YouTube freestyle, Reed Dollars, NH.
I don't know. State Property had niggas buying their clothes heavy in Philly, bro. There was like a academic where niggas was just buying State Property and Rockaware. That's just like
I used to rock State Property.
that shit was
heavy.
like heavy as fuck. Real talk, niggas was
Yeah.
wearing the shoes.
That shit was getting a little too close to South Pole. At one point.
Yo.
Yeah, it started looking like South Pole after a while.
Right.
And we was getting roasted for South Pole. That's Mama's choice.
Yeah.
But
Nah, yeah, that shit was.
I don't get, but there's still, I don't get how they lose a wave like that.
yeah,
I
that
mean,
shit was-
even that's what's on making the band. Freeway, what we do, even though what we do wrong is still thriving at this time, right? This is when songs last 10, 11, 12 years still popping and getting played every day like it's a new song.
Mhm.
So we was into that wintertime vibe. Like, seriously,
Winter
ever
time
since Philly fell off, it feels like it don't even get that cold in Pennsylvania anymore. The coldest it gets is hoodie weather. Like, seriously, we really wear coats for style now. You don't even really be needing a coat.
right.
It did used to be colder.
It used to be cold as hell when you used to be out there with the lanyards and everything. We used to be freezing, dog.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. It just doesn't make sense to me how somebody's that big. But one last thing I wanted to talk about though before we close this joint up. Y'all seen that trend of the people going around meeting up with predators and then smacking them in the face in like grocery stores and the mall and backyards?
Yeah. I'm torn. I'm torn on it.
Yeah, I want to know how y'all feel about it first. How
Yeah.
you feel about it, Corey?
I'm torn. So the one part of me is like, yeah, they should be smacked and then be thrown in jail and all that. Do your worst. It really doesn't matter. They're the worst type of society, right? And then the other part of me is just like, I don't know. You know, like, I don't know. It's hard. Like the other side of me, I can't really put it into words, but it's like, it's almost like they're obviously mentally ill. Like I want to call them R-worded and shit like that.
Yeah.
So, you know, see me, it's like smacking up an R-word. Like,
It's tough.
it's touchy. You know what I mean? Towing the line.
It's a touchy situation.
It's just that's how you feel about it.
I don't know how to feel about it. You know what I mean? I know it's a bad thing, but also seeing what they were doing to him was like, damn, should I do that?
It's like
Because at the same time, that's like you being a vigilante. Me playing Batman. 'Cause
Yeah.
Batman ain't no fucking superhero.
I think that's fire.
You look
though. I
at
think it's
Batman,
fire.
he ain't no fucking superhero.
in that
Batman
case,
just beat niggas
he
up.
does
But
his
hold on,
thing.
hold
He's
on.
not even signing nobody.
Right, he
In
just
that
beat
particular
niggas
case,
up.
when it comes to pedos, I think it's fire that there's vigilantes. I don't want a vigilante out there looking at the little black boy that may be looking suspicious in Target or whatever. You know, they'll find a reason to make any of us look suspicious
Right.
somewhere we go. I don't want that type of vigilante. But if you're gonna seek out somebody who's really trying to prey on kids, I'm kind of cool with that.
I think that
But
I feel like
it's a fuzzy line.
I'm just not sure if it's people that was actually seeking out little kids and it was a fake little kid seeking out them. And then it's like most of the time the video pops up, it'd be like a random looking that Corey was saying, like a mentally challenged person. You could tell they're not wrapped too tight.
Well, that's the thing. It doesn't matter who's seeking out who, because if you found out you was talking to a little kid, you gonna go meet him or no?
I have no mental issues. I know that's
what
wrong.
I'm saying.
And I'm not going to
Right.
have no conversations with anybody else.
So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter who reaches out to who. At the end of the day, it's wrong. The situation's wrong. Now what's the guiding issue? Is that an intelligent, cognitive person who's fucking predatoring and preying on little kids, or is it somebody with a fucking crazy mental illness that you know that was left out of the house? You know what I mean?
So, every time they go, it's a weird guy, and then I noticed that every time it says they was trying to talk to like a little boy, like every time it's like a little boy hit them up. I don't know. That's like Dex said. It turns into. I mean, DG, it turns into a tough situation.
Yeah,
It turns into a tough situation because I shouldn't be feeling bad for these guys.
I feel like sometimes they kind of set them up for
Yeah.
their shit.
I be
Like
low-key
they'll
feeling
kind
bad.
of like make them pursue it. You know what I mean? Like I feel like maybe all right, in between them but doing whatever, they probably started the conversation. Like let's start the conversation. You know what I mean? They probably heard him on the mic or heard him in the chat room or some shit like that and just started the conversation. I don't know how it go, but you know what I mean? Being a petty ain't good. You know what I mean? That just ain't it. That ain't it. Let me clarify. Being a petty ain't good. But also them doing what they was doing to him don't make the situation right.
So it's
You know
like
what I
two
mean?
wrongs don't make it right. And that's
Exactly.
where I was kind of
But
torn
it's-
at as well, about the two wrongs not making it right. But at the same time, I'm not gonna sit here and for a second make an excuse on somebody who's preying on a little kid.
Oh yeah, because
Like I'm not about to.
I'm
do
just
that.
not sure
I'm-
if they're preying on little kids. It seems like
All right,
they're
so but it is because little kids can't be consensual. So if you're meeting up with one with intentions of having sex, you're preying on somebody who doesn't have the full.
How often does an 11-year-old hit you up and say, "Bring me a 6-pack of beers and some condoms"?
yeah, that sounds crazy.
Yeah.
That
Like,
sounds crazy.
It doesn't be.
And that's what I say about them probably like enticing the
Yeah, like,
situation,
just
like
gassing it up.
So what they're
gassing
doing,
it up,
in a
gaslighting
way
it.
is weeding out people who are susceptible to having sex with little kids.
Yeah,
Are you comfortable with that or not comfortable with that? Would you want that weeded out in your community? Would
they
you
is
want?
reading it out.
So that's why
definitely reading it
I
out.
don't mind it. I got a daughter. I don't mind you weeding out and making less people that will have a run-in with a child willingly.
I guess I'm cool with them people being outed after they go about it. I just feel like it's a little bit of am I saying it right by saying entrapment type situation? Like,
I feel you on that.
I feel you, but it's only people who can be guilty get entrapped that way. You know, you, me, and you are not getting entrapped. Therefore, it's not a regular ass person that's doing this. It's a sick person.
So they basically catching them on the possibility.
so
Right.
You know what I
ain't
mean?
no
Like-
possibility for us to be caught. Therefore, it is what it is.
bait
You know?
car
Right.
in the hood. They leave a car in the hood in a low
Bait
income
car, right.
area
Yeah,
with the
right.
keys in the seat,
Right.
seats, and then they leave like $1,000
They
on the
leaving a
driver's
bait
seat.
kid.
So here that's
I need $1,000.
That's a crazy correlation because now we have to say, okay, so there's a predator. Yeah, this is what you did. There's a predator in both situations. Somebody about to steal a car, somebody about to have sex with a child, and you're saying the value of having sex with a child is equal to the value of that Dodge on the street.
Wrong comparison.
All right, there we go.
He said like there's there's a black kid in the hood and he sees $1,000 sitting on the seat of a car and he can't help but take it because he needs $1,000.
Again,
There's
you're
a
saying
predator in the hood and he sees a baby sitting on the seat of a car
you're drawing.
and he can't help it. That actually makes it
Two
sound sick
way
as
different
hell.
things.
Yeah, it's not even.
it's
That's
not
why I said.
close.
That's why I
It's
said
not
bad
close. Yeah,
comparison.
it's not close.
But somewhere along the lines in the metaverse, there's something wrong about what each of these people are doing.
For sure.
Something wrong about it for sure. Yeah, definitely. It's not the way justice should be handled. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, if you entrap that person, you shouldn't be smacking them up. You should be locking them up or getting them the mental health help they need. Period.
That video
But
I watched, bro, was
don't fucking
kicking
hate
him in the face.
He smacked him mad times.
Smacked him.
So
kicked him.
there's people in real life that we know that are pedophiles, right? We like I know somebody who was a pedophile who got away with that shit, right? And it's just like I wish they would have got their ass beat up on camera too. So it's like I'm gonna catch 22 because that was a smart person who knew what they were doing, preying on people.
Yeah, facts.
So it's just like, yeah, I don't mind seeing that person who I'm thinking of getting their ass whooped. But at the same time, I don't like all the mental illness people getting it. Like that's fucked up. Because like at the end of the day, you know, like they should just have more guidance and help.
Easy entrapment right there.
Yeah.
You can say anything to them and they just with it.
Right. Yeah. You've literally seen cops do that tactic where they'll get them to confess to something they didn't even do, but it's just the way you ask the question.
Central Park 5.
Yeah, the way you ask the question,
Yeah.
like they're called leading questions and shit. Yeah.
Damn, that's all just wild. And it's wild. I hate when I have a situation that I don't know how to feel about it. Like I do not like not knowing how to feel about something.
I think that's how most people should feel about everything more often. I feel like the reason we're at the state of the world that we're at is because people are so hell bent on thinking they know what the fuck is going on. When really you could just take a step back and say, maybe you're right, maybe you're right, maybe we're all wrong, maybe we're all right. There should be the possibility on a wheel like that, but too many people are just like, I'm right and here's why.
Right.
You're wrong, here's why. Let me defend my point, you defend your point, and let's get nowhere.
Right.
That's deep. That is really deep. But I don't think, I'm with the people that can never get to that point of, just wanting to be in the middle on something, because then you're not going to know how to feel about things.
No, I love it here. I strive here. It's amazing here.
But
It's amazing not being committed to one way or the other.
Oh, yeah, I get that, but things come about every minute, every day.
I think it makes it more easy to see what's obvious.
One thing, I don't think one-sided on every decision. I feel like, if my man's is drawing, my man's is drawing. He's not.
That's a fact.
That's
I'm not
critical thinking.
Yeah,
You're-
like, I'm
you're
not
able to critically think.
always
Yeah.
been the friend to tell you that shit's dumb as hell. Like, you about to do
Yeah.
some shit that's going to jeopardize you. They're going to champion
There ain't
it.
no two-way thinking on that, my
Yeah,
guy.
I've always been that type of person, but I want to have a thought on something.
I could care less. I could care less to have a thought to defend. I want to just know all the sides, and really, I'll have my thought, but I don't really have to say it out and defend it. Like I don't feel obligated to that.
What if you feel it needs to be heard? Like that's the thought.
And then that's when I say your bull got on stage and did a Hitler salute. This is the 5th time I said it. I told you to say it. I'd say it 5 times, and that's what happened. I feel strongly about that. I think that was obvious, and that's why I say if you don't feel like that was obvious, go to your workplace and do it on video or whatever.
Agreed with that. Yeah,
That's why I feel like it just makes it easy to see things that are just egregious. Like, yeah, I could see both sides. I could see where you're saying, oh, it was a Roman salute and this, that, and the other. That sounds dumb. It's easy for me to say that sounds dumb because I'm not sold to the idea that this guy is a Nazi walking around. I'm not. But I do know what I saw.
Right.
You can't confuse me on that.
Yeah,
Right.
for sure. That it's right in your face, and the people who are justifying it are sick, man. That's just how I feel about them. But that is all the topics that I did have today. Unless y'all got something that y'all want to say, anything you want to plug. Something.
Any last remarks on the Eagles before the Super Bowl happens? This episode's coming out right before.
It is coming out that morning.
You already know what's happening.
You know what's happening. He's saying it here on camera.
You already know
before
what's
the game
happening.
starts.
28 for a touchdown. Saquon for a touchdown. Eagles to win.
28-10. Random score. 28-10. I'm taking the Chiefs on that.
He said about the dog walk.
Yeah, 28-10. Taking the Chiefs. I do think that Saquon Barkley's going to get a touchdown. No, he's not. Jalen Hurts is going to steal it. Jalen Hurts is going to get a touchdown.
For sure.
I see. Yeah,
He's going to get a touchdown.
But I think Patrick Mahomes is going to outshine him and get one himself just to shut that
No
up.
way.
And I would take the over on Patrick Mahomes rushing yards today for Sunday because he's getting off. He's showing y'all who's the real black quarterback in his mind.
Yeah, I'd feel bad if I kept this information. Nah, I don't even feel like it's crazy information. But the Eagles lost to the Chiefs in the Super Bowl a couple years back, 38-35. If you bet $50 on that on Bet365 right now, it brings you $36,000. Worth
tell
a shot.
you something.
That's a parlay dream.
Worth a shot.
That's a game that high scoring.
My boy Jalen Hurts ain't going out like that, man.
I want to see Jalen Hurts get it.
I want the Eagles to win.
He ain't going out
I want
like
the Eagles
that.
to
I
win.
didn't say all that.
And
I want to see Jalen Hurts get one. I said I don't want to see the Eagles win. He got to go somewhere else and get it. Because for real shit, fuck the Eagles.
So he wants Jalen Hurts coming to the Cowboys. That's another topic.
Nah,
for another
hell
time,
no.
man.
Nah. Dak's that guy. But no, that's most definitely for another time. But thank y'all for watching us, man. Thank y'all guys for pulling up.
Absolutely.
IDCYL Podcast. We out here. It's lit.